Live in the afternoon, it's Courtney. Does she know that she's here? But look at those ankle socks. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. I need to learn how to read. I'm so keep I like jostled my bosoms out of place. I did not do it! That sounds like me when I play the recorder. You can't tell the difference, can you? But being gay. I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot so many things. Woo! Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Babbling, Courtney, Brooke. So, if you guys didn't know, I just ended my stream with Brad Binkley. I knew we were gonna go late, and I was like, I'm not sure how much later I should schedule this for the normal time. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what happens. And then we just got carried away. As you can see, I guess I'll pull that back up actually. Yeah, I had a special background for the evening because we were discussing some Mein Kampf. And I mean, what a wild book. He really wanted to be a part of, he really wanted to spread propaganda and brainwash the people. And I would say he fulfilled his dreams. Do you still want a copy? Yes. Oh, yes. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what happened in the chat because I believe. Oh, sorry. Hi, Courtney. You're looking amazing as always. Thank you. Hi, Courtney. Us chat and ask, what's the show going to be about? I don't know. I didn't make a thumbnail or put anything in the description or anything. Carrie on, Breathe the Booker, and Frank. Yep. Late. Some people already noticing late. Hi, Backhand. I never see you around here anymore, Backhand. Michael Coulter, you're as beautiful as a summer's day. Sure, yes. She's late. Is she okay? I know. I did make a Twitter announcement, but I should have said something on YouTube as well. It's just my day got weird. I was about to go get Cricket's meds, and then my car wouldn't start. I had to wait for my brother to get off of work so I could jump my car. So everything was like pushed back later than I wanted it to be. And then we couldn't even start Brad's show on time because StreamYard was giving us both a bunch of problems with our audio and our cameras, and it was just a mess. Garfield, I somehow acquired a girlfriend in the last week, and she's making all sorts of delicious food when I see her next week. Ooh, that's exciting. I love delicious food. What delicious food? What, Courtney's late and not so straight. Yeah. Late and gay. My vote is on sick dog problem. Nope. Nope. We were just talking about Hitler on Brad's stream. All right. Did I say hello to everybody? McGuinevere. Hey, Max, Courtney can go 5 or 6 hours straight. Yeah, sometimes. It's the sequel show. Yes. Hi, AV Tom. Frank, did I already say? I think I did. Hi, Saw. Not Gino. Late, surely not. Well, normally I'm not late, but this was a planned tardiness. Courtney, my husband said, no Kiki Pucks for you. Well, dang it. So anyway, here we are. And yes, we were reading some passages from Mein Kampf, and it just, the thing is that like the same manipulation that we've seen over and over again started at the beginning of time. That book has been around for 100 years, and that mindset has been essentially that's like the mindset of all of our leaders since forever. So it's just kind of crazy to think like people can there's, and the thing is like there are many books out there with that similar message that come in different forms, right? And still people can read them, like George Orwell, right? 1984. People can read them and be like, oh yeah, this isn't happening. They can just assume that like that's a thing of the past, or that's just that's just made up. Or they can even blame, well, oh, well, Trump is like that, but not Biden or Harris or whatever. Like they just want to have their little blinders on and not realize it's all of them. It's all of them. None of it is real. Everything that is put in the news to scare you, it's not real. None of it's real. So well. Anyway. So yeah, so I'm feeling a little jaded, I guess. But I mean, so hold on a second. I need to grab this real quick. But I feel like we're just an experimental planet for the aliens. Nothing's real. It's all terrible. Hitler was just one of them at one point in time. But they're all the same. And it's just it actually blows my mind that people want to believe that was like a one-time thing. No one even cares about any of the other dictators out there that were really similar to him. Or just like really fucking terrible. No one cares about Mao or Pol Pot or Stalin or they don't care about any of that. They only care about Hitler. It's weird. And they think that he's the only one that did anything like that. It's kind of sad and like a little scary to think about. Like, oh my God, you guys don't are like paying attention to much, are you? The Larry Sinclair Barack Obama story is wild. I had never heard about that. That I was like, what? And the funny thing is like, it was like a surprise, but not a surprise, right? Like I was just like, well, come on, it's Barack Obama. Like, how is that not a thing? But it was still like a surprise to hear it. Oh my God. Let's see here. Delicious foods are pierogies, homemade pickles, fudge, and THC gummies. Ooh. Oh yeah, I like the animation history of video of Hitler that you watch. That was awesome. I loved the animation. The actual animation was amazing because it definitely gave me a South Park vibe. But also, yeah, it was a very good depiction of how Hitler went to prison or AOC. Yeah, the one of those statements that was made in Mein Kampf was essentially that AOC quote of it's better to be factually incorrect than morally wrong. Like, oh my God. But like everything he was talking about, all the tactics of like, playing on their emotions and all this stuff. And like, you have to repeat the same thing over and over again. You can't have like you can't let anybody have, like they can't, if you have to push a message and you can't push, like, you can't have it be many-sided. It has to be one-sided. Politics are a joke. I mean, yeah. We live in a simulation, as they say. Probably. Maybe. Yeah? Who knows? Sometimes I think I'm a sim. Christy was watching the videos of your girl Shakira Flabbergasted. Did you guys watch both of them? What a good time. Wait, I already read that. Did you ever read Nostradamus? No. Mussolini? Yeah, Mussolini, I hate him. None of them had style. Dictators? No. Well, I mean, Hitler and the Hugo Boss, though. It's because of the Jays. Well, that was Hitler's whole thing, right? You know, you have to have like a specific slogan. You have to have you have to have part of your propaganda has to have your own flair, right? You have to have your own brand. You can't just be like another dictator. You have to have your own brand or else you're not going to stand out. And that was part of his brand was the Jays. I sent my son the link to Wet Wipe Lady. Don't know if he's watched it yet. God bless Wet Wipe Lady. What a maniac that woman is. Yeah, Shakira Flabbergasted is like a mess. Did you guys watch like what's it called? Did you guys watch Wet Wipe Lady or Harley? If you didn't watch Harley, then what were you doing? You gotta watch Harley. All right, watch this lady.
What do you think it's named?
I don't know. Strawberry? I don't know. You tell me.
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Oh, I like that. I'll call him Hamilton.
His name is Charmander.
Well, I call him. What did I just call him?
Ham.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. He's very important.
Important.
Boy, that's a neat animal. Did you draw that?
No.
Yeah.
She's cute.
It's unusual.
Charizard.
What's your name?
War Turtle.
Poor turtle?
War Turtle.
War turtle.
Poor
Pieces. Yeah, it's pieces. He's
got
lucky
pieces.
his pieces are attached to him.
Cannons blast water.
Okay.
Do you know what he is?
No.
He's a Blastoise.
That's not a black toy. It's blue and
No.
white.
Blastoise. Blastoise.
Well, you have your way, I'll have my way. I'm not calling that thing black.
I love it. Oh, you have your way. I'll have my way. I'm not calling that guy black. Grandma's not having any of the Pokemon shit. A great way to end it. Black toy. Oh, it's like Mickey guessing the acronyms. I know. Oh my God. That's actually the first thing I thought of when she was like, I don't know. You tell me. What does it mean? Oh my God. Yeah, she was really cute.
Saruman believes that it is only a great power that can hold evil in check. But that is not what I found. I found it is the small things, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keeps the darkness at bay. Simple acts of kindness and love. Saruman.
That was very cute. Tim F, what up? Yeah, bite the weenie. Bite the weenie. That's where butt rug babies came from. She was collecting Hummel figurines before you were born. I mean, yeah. I mean, look at her. She's like 100. I love her. He's your dog, Dumbledore. He's so cute. I love how he was just standing there. Okay, we'll watch other wholesome stuff later. Okay, I'm sure you guys have already seen this, but we'll briefly go over this. Good old Cory Booker. So apparently, he is not a Nazi, which this to me looks like he's probably Nazi, but I'm sure you've seen the narrative. I'm sure you see everybody talking about it where, oh, Elon does it, it's bad. Cory Booker does it, it's good. Cory Booker, his fingers were spread, and I almost said his paws were out. Elon Musk's fingers were not spread, and that means if your fingers are together, then that means you're Highland Hitler. But if your fingers are spread apart, then it's a Roman salute or whatever. It's very stupid. I'm just going to tell you something right now. I think both people doing this, both Elon and Cory Booker, are dumb for doing this. Okay, it's not a good move. We all know what it looks like. It's not smart. And the thing is, like, I don't care that either one of them do it. I don't care. The only thing that I think is that if you're arguing going, oh my God, with the fingers and the blah, 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 it's fine, the court, you're an asshole. That's it. Okay. If you look at it the way that I look at it, then you're right. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, if you just look at it from the perspective of like, I don't care that either one of them did it. Whatever. They're on stage. They're in front of people. Who knows? Maybe they got nervous and just did it for some stupid reason. I don't know. I'm not them. So it's not up to me to decide what they were thinking when they did this. It's not up to me to decide like what their intentions are. Who cares? But what I do care about is the people that are going around going, he's a good boy. He's totally fine. It's totally cool that he, like, shut up. It was done. It was dumb when Elon Musk did it. It's dumb when he did it. And it doesn't matter that either one of them did it. Case closed. Why do we have to be so stupid? Pause, like an animal. The pause. He had his paws out. Yeah, exactly. If he does it, it's okay. If Elon does it, it's a Nazi salute. It just depends on what letter is next to your name, who you're connected with. It's a bad move for a public figure. Exactly. I don't think either one of them plan to do it. Right. Well, there you go. Like they're just nitpicking. They're like deciding that one person's allowed to do this and another person isn't. Like get out of here. Well, you really are just creating a divide on purpose. You're the problem. So yeah. That was really all I had to say about that. I just thought, of course, I saw it swirling around and I thought, well, might as well bring it up. Might as well mention it. Might as well. Hold on. Where did I did I exit out? Probably. I had like 100,000 tabs open for a minute. But yeah, the whole thing is very dumb. Yeah, it's giving the people who look for trouble fuel. Right. Well, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just something stupid for people to talk about. And it's just dumb. I don't know. It's funny to me, to be honest, it's actually really funny to me that people are like worked up about it. Because it just doesn't it's stupid. Heil plus WrestleMania is encouraged. Oh, we should do a little WrestleMania, a WrestleMania moment first, and then where are the floating doggos? There's one right here, and 2 of them are in bed. Wait, cricket. There. It's okay. Go back to bed. Oh, you're a choo-choo. Choo-choo. Oh, also, you look pretty tonight, especially your hair. Thank you. I feel it's like half air dried because I've been scrambling all day. Oh, I'm tired. It's okay. Hello. Here, baby choo-choo. Did you have a chance to eat today? Oh, yeah. Oh, I've eaten. I'm looking for Taylor's business. She's buried in here now. There's so much stuff we have not discussed. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Oh, I should have remembered.
But that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the record.
Not this again.
And Judge, it sounds like just one witness. We're asking for a sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the record.
Yay! Frank gifted 5 memberships. I don't have the chat up though. I can't see. Hold on. We have to celebrate our differences. MA didn't get one? Oh, I like that MS got one, but MA didn't. Now they're just like doing it in your face. That's like that. That's silly. I almost got one so close. That is like, what did you do to YouTube? All right, you guys. I want to watch this because oh, hold on. I guess I will close out of the short or of the chat after all. Or can I? I can't. Stop. So this is Jojo Siwa. Jojo Siwa auditioned for Rapunzel. And all I could think was like, this has got to be absolutely insane. Who thought that this was actually a good question or a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? It wasn't. Just to let you know, it wasn't a good idea. But Brad Binkley showing up with the 1999 Justice for Larry Sinclair. Justice for Larry Sinclair. Exactly. And also, let's protect him at all costs, okay? I think that he's been going on this campaign letting everybody know that he filleted Barack Obama, and I think that we have to be a little bit careful with his life now. Does he not get a soundbite? Wait, did you not hear that? Wait, hold on. Do you not hear this? Hold, please. I think I might have fixed it. So all the dumb stuff that I was playing, no one heard it. Do you hear it now? Okay. Yeah. Thanks, StreamYard. Okay, one more time. That says for Larry Sinclair. Yeah, Frank got a soundbite and no one heard it then. Hold on. Although, since it's the gifted memberships. Okay, there we go. We have to celebrate our differences. After my carbon monoxide detector alarm decided to go psycho, the chirp isn't so bad. Okay, well, Carrie, thank you for letting me know because I thought you guys could hear all the dumb stuff that I was playing. No one said anything when I didn't have any clapping in the intro. Although I did play it at a weird time. Sorry. Okay, Jojo Siwa. All right. Someone thought it was a good idea for her to audition for Rapunzel. And it just got me thinking, like, how delusional are people? That they just think that they should just go ahead and do whatever. Because just watch this. Nope, it's on mute.
Now.
That's none of your business.
And why won't your mother let you cut your hair?
None of your business.
Do you always do everything your mother tells you?
Are you always so annoying?
Can I give you some advice?
Please don't.
At a certain point, you have to live your own life, not just please your mother.
Is that how you became a thief? Is your mother proud of that?
My mother died when I was young.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who took care of you?
I took care of myself. That's how I became a thief. Speaking of, there, the snuggly duckling with horses out front, as I suspected.
Oh my gosh, horses! Look, Pascal,
Yes, they're horses.
Are we gonna ride them?
That's the plan.
Who do they belong to?
I don't know.
How are we gonna pay for them?
I'm not gonna pay for them.
Wait. You're gonna steal them?
That was kind of the plan, too.
You can't do that.
Why not?
It's completely unethical.
Okay, I understand if you have moral objections.
You can't just go around stealing stuff. It's wrong.
Thank you for the lesson in ethics. Do you have a better idea? Can I ask you a question?
No,
If it's so important, why haven't you seen the lanterns until now?
that's none of your business.
And why won't your mother let you cut your hair?
So I don't know. Am I just being too judgy? I just feel like she's too she's very much a softball player in this audition. She's not playing the role of a Disney princess. She's playing the role of Jojo Siwa. Yeah, that was a bad audition. No, too fast, no emotion. Well, she like her voice. First of all, her voice. She doesn't know how to change her voice to not sound like she's a chain smoker. Disney princesses don't talk like that. I don't know you don't know who Jojo Siwa is? Oh, Jojo Siwa. Jojo Siwa was a star on Dance Moms back in the day. She since went on to be a Nickelodeon star, and she was a recording artist. She had her tight ponytails with the bows. She even has a line of hair bows for children. And then last year, she went through a big transformation, the biggest one that anybody in her age group has ever done. And she looked like a retarded member of Kiss, who maybe has like Parkinson's when putting on makeup. And she was a lesbian. And then she went on Big Brother and stopped being a lesbian. Disney princess with chain smoking horse voice would be a fun change. If they created a new Disney princess that was like that, then I could be into it. But this is Rapunzel. Rapunzel is a young girl, right? Disney princesses don't need to be good. They only need to be diverse. Yeah. Who told her she could act? I guess her mom did. I don't know. I just like that it was terrible though. The first time I watched it, I just cringed the whole time. And I just thought like, this is child abuse. Why are we doing this to our kids? Why are we letting this happen? Why are we letting our children do this? The casting director sounded a little creepy. Do you think, he had her, do you think he had her do weird sex stuff after this? I'm trying to figure out how to work. Wait, or the, yay! God, that was a really good clip. That was a really good video. Russell Hall is here, you guys. I thought she was pretty good. Of course you did. I'm scared of your profile picture. What was that? Russell, why? A Disney princess who never got her happy ending, so we follow her as a 60-year-old embittered spinster. Oh, I would be perfect for that. Sign me up. Rapunzel, let down your pants. Do you think he did that? Oh, man, I almost just ended the stream on accident. Let's watch it again.
None of your business.
Do you always do everything your mother tells you?
Are you always so annoying?
Can I give you some advice?
Please don't.
At a certain point, you have to live your own life, not just please your mother.
Is that how you became a thief? Is your mother proud of that?
My mother died when I was young.
I'm sorry. Who took care of you?
I took care of myself. That's how I became a thief. Speaking of, there, the snuggly duckling with horses out front, as I suspected.
Oh my gosh, horses! Look back.
Oh my God,
Let's go.
sorry.
Yes, they're horses.
Are we gonna ride them?
That's the plan.
Who do they belong to?
I don't know.
How are we gonna pay for them?
I'm not gonna pay for them.
Wait. You're gonna steal them?
That was kind of the plan, too.
You can't do that.
Why not?
It's completely unethical.
Okay, I understand if you have moral objections.
You can't just go around stealing stuff. It's wrong.
Thank you for the lesson in ethics. Do you have a better idea? Can I ask you a question?
So much more passion in his voice than hers. She definitely was just kind of like saying lines. I mean, you know, there was a little bit of like emotion in there. Like you could see that she was trying to be a little animated at some points, but it just came off as like a teenage softball player. I didn't really get the vibe that like she was a Disney princess. I definitely did not get the vibe that she was Rapunzel. He took care of himself. Was she still in the room? He should have said WrestleMania. That's always, if you forget your lines, that's always just when in doubt, just WrestleMania it out. Oh my God, who does she think she is? Hillary Duff? What? I'm still, you know, Sam, I actually thought about that whole Hillary Duff interaction over the weekend. So the other night I couldn't sleep. And so I was like, I'm going to listen to stories about Dennis Wilson. You know why? Because I already knew the craziest part about his life, right? I was like, yeah, I already know that he was like friends with Charles Manson. So like, that'll be fine. And then turns out, yeah, I got real sad learning more about Dennis Wilson. And I ended up also hating Brian Wilson a lot. And I couldn't remember why. And honestly, I'm like, God, I really took that hard. Oh, that was weird. But it made me think about how, like, there was a point in time. I also was listening to this story about, oh God, what was his name? I think that's his name. Wasn't that his name? Yeah, Brian Jones. Brian Jones was the guy that like founded the Rolling Stones. And then he drowned in Winnie the Pooh's pool. What the fuck? He was really young though, but it's like the whole story of him like creating the band and stuff like that. Like everything was so much more organic back then. I mean, like, yeah, you still had to like get to, you know, people that thought you were manufacturable or whatever, but like there was such a huge difference between music being created like in the late 90s, early 2000s, and even now versus back in like the 60s and 70s when people just wanted to like play music. The craziest part of Manson's life was he was friends with Dennis Wilson. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Like him like letting the Manson family live at his house for a summer, I guess wasn't like that tumultuous compared to everything else that happened in his life. Russell Hall with the $2. Did he drown or was he in the way? Brian Jones. I think he was in the way. I think there was actually, I remember Mick Jagger, a quote from Mick Jagger. He said, Brian Jones was not talented and didn't know how to write a song. But the thing is that he actually was, I guess he wasn't that great when it came to like writing a song, but he could take a song and he was good at arranging and composing an already written song. He just wasn't good at like starting a song, but he was incredibly talented at everything else. But I guess that was a problem for Mick Jagger. Now I'm trying to remember how it was that he ended up in the pool. He said he had not talent for songwriting. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And the thing is like, I could see how that, like, yeah, that's true. Like he wasn't good at like writing a song. Like he wasn't good in that process of getting a song started, right? Like he wasn't good at like, you know, coming up with a new riff or like a lyric writing or anything like that. And then, but he was good when that was laid down, he was good at finishing the task, right? He was good at like arranging it to be like a good song. He was also a good musician. Like he played multiple instruments. So he was also a good musician. It's just he didn't write songs. Mick Jagger murdered Brian Jones. To be honest, I'm like having a hard time. Like the details on that one were a little bit more fuzzy for me now. Because there was also, I heard a story about John Lennon. Apparently, this apparently is like lies, but apparently, what was the dude's name in the Beatles? He was in the Beatles for like a brief time. He was John Lennon's best friend. Hold on. Stuart Sutcliffe. Apparently there was a quote from John Lennon. They got into like a fist fight, and then he died shortly after that. Like he was getting really bad migraines and stuff like that. And thank you, Stu Sutcliffe. He died. Yeah, and apparently it was because of John Lennon. I don't know why that made me laugh. But like, I guess they like got into some sort of a fist fight, and it like he was assumed that John got him good in the noggin, and it caused some type of like brain hemorrhaging or whatever. And then Sutcliffe was having migraines for a while, and then it like he had an aneurysm and it burst. And apparently it was assumed by some people that it was because of John's punches. And what was it? There was somebody who was trying to say that like John actually said that he felt guilty and was like, it might have been I did it or whatever. Also, Wilson was kind of a problem for everybody. I meant Jones. I watched Castaway earlier. That Wilson was a problem for everybody. But yeah, apparently Jones was a problem for everybody. But yeah, so I heard all these like wacky stories from that time, and I felt an extreme emotional attachment to the story of Dennis Wilson. Like he and Brian, they had and Carl, they had a I didn't think Stu fought John Lennon. I thought it was some random guy in Germany after a gig. See, and that's the thing is like the one thing that I heard like with this whole like John Lennon fist fought him and then was saying that he felt guilty because of the fight or whatever. It was rumors that people somebody said that John Lennon told them that, right? But there was actually no evidence to show that it was linked to him. But back then, John Lennon wasn't he fighting everybody? This was before he met Yoko and was doing LSD and stuff, right? Didn't he become like a spiritual guru? But yeah, Dennis Wilson, he like their dad was like a Joe Jackson type, right? He was a bit abusive. His mother turned a blind eye. And from what it sounded like was that Dennis took it the hardest. And I like he got it the hardest, and he also just took it the hardest, which I guess you would take it the hardest if you got it the worst. But and you know, his family called him Dennis the Menace. He was a bit of a troublemaker, a bit of a wild child. And Brian started the Beach Boys with Mike Love and Carl. I think it was with Carl too, right? I heard Carl's name in the story once. I was like, huh. And yeah, Carl was there. And it was basically like one of those things where the mom whoa. I just hit a button. Their mom was like, you can't be in that band unless you let your brother in there. And so they like he had to let Dennis in the band. But again, like he played multiple instruments. He ended up being on the drums. We started off on bass. And he ended up like stealing the show. He was the hottest one. But he was like the most charismatic and he was just a very talented musician. And I don't know why it bothered me so much hearing the story, because as I'm like repeating the stuff that I remember from it, I'm like, okay, this sounds like, a lot of people do have rough upbringings and like, things kind of go left for a lot of people. And I mean, it's an age old story of like, oh, dude becomes a rock musician in like the 70s or the 80s or whatever. And then he gets heavy into substances and he dies. Okay. Like, whatever. But it was just so sad listening to his story, because he clearly like really loved what he was doing. And he took it really hard when Brian wanted to leave the Beach Boys. And then he did the next album after, what was it? Pet Sounds. He had to like carry on without Brian. I think he took over vocals and all this stuff. So like he was the Beach Boys for a minute there, a band that he wasn't even allowed to be in when he was a kid. He was like 16 when they started. But he was just such a, like, you could tell that he was just like a guy that like really, he loved really, really hard, and no one ever reciprocated it. And I think that's what really upset me the most. He got married 5 times. So like clearly, and granted, I think that every time he got married, it was very much a whirlwind romance. It was very, it was all hormones. He was horny. But no, like it was like it wasn't like a like true love. And that's what he was looking for his whole life. And it just seems like he was 39 when he died. And I think he was like, it just seemed like he was finally actually going to try and maybe turn things around. Granted, he spent Christmas time on a boat with his friends getting hammered instead of with his family and maybe sober. And it just like broke my heart that it just sort of seemed like things could have turned around, but instead he got beyond fucking hammered, kept jumping off the side of the boat and like grabbing like furniture and stuff out of the water. And he, was like, okay, I'm done for the day, whatever. And then, what was it, like 4:00 rolled around, and then he just wanted one more dive and then didn't come back up. And that sounds insane to me, because first of all, he was the only surfer in the Beach Boys, which is crazy. You're going to sing Surfing USA and you're not even on a surfboard? Brian, get out. I hate you, Brian. I hope no one in here is named Brian. Hi, Backhand. YouTube, please. I've been sitting on the waiting to begin screen. Wait, this whole time? We've been here for almost an hour, Backhand. Flagrant false advertising. Yeah. Actually, that's a part of the reason why I don't like Brian Wilson. He started this band, it was called Beach Boys. They were all like, surf's up, dude. And he doesn't even fucking surf. Fuck you, Brian Wilson. I could have fixed Dennis Wilson. Maybe I could have. The whole time. Well, Backhand. Sorry. Sad he died at your age. I know. Well, it just, I don't know. This is going to make me sound crazy if I go down this rabbit hole. Courtney, I never knew that you knew so much lore about this. How did you get into this lore? This is literally just over the weekend when I was trying to go to sleep that I learned this stuff. I wasn't like a Beach Boys fan, right? So maybe am I LARPing right now? You know, like I liked them just fine, but I was never like, I'm gonna buy their album and listen to it on repeat or whatever. Like I just was like, okay, cool, yeah, they're a band and that's really cool. And then I I find this kind of stuff really interesting anyway. And then I learned about Dennis Wilson when I was learning about Charles Manson, like years ago. And I honestly, like, during wasn't it Frank that mentioned it, like the whole craziest part about Charles Manson's life? That's what I honestly I thought. I was like, oh my God, what a weird turn of events. Like, what the hell? He has all these people in his cult, and he's just like, yeah, we live here now. And that was that. Like they just, and I was like, this is crazy to me. Like how Charles Manson showed up with Dennis Wilson's house and was like, yeah, I live at your house now. Dennis Wilson's a millionaire. Why? Well, you can say no, but he didn't. And that just goes back to, like, it just shows that he was actually like a very open-hearted person. He was very loving and very giving and just very much like a generous person. And he wanted, these were his friends and he was going to let them stay there. Then he made a big mistake because he took Charles to Terry Melcher's house. Get this. If Terry Melcher hadn't moved, okay, we wouldn't have had Murphy Brown. Yeah, that's right. Because guess who was dating Terry Melcher? Candace Bergen. Okay, so Terry Melcher lived at this house. Candace Bergen was his lady. Okay. Dennis Wilson brought Charlie over there, and I don't know what the fuck was going on. But Terry Melcher then moved and sold the house to Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate. Then Roman Polanski was off. He was in another country doing a movie, I think. And Sharon Tate was hanging out with her gay hairstylist friend and Abby Folgers, right? The heiress to Folgers company. And then, during the day that day, what was her name? Victoria Vetri. She was hanging out at the house, and Charles Manson stopped by at the house and was like, hey, is Terry here? And she's like, no. But then Victoria Vetri was in the background. She was like, who's this hobo? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Well, then she left. She didn't stay for the party. Then the Manson family showed up. Helter skelter, right? And left. And then Victoria Vetri was like, oh my God, he did that to my friends because of me, because I said those things. He's a government plant, dum-dum. This has nothing to do with you. Shut up. And then she went insane and tried to kill her boyfriend. That's a whole different side plot. But Manson wanted his family to go to that house because he thought it was Terry Melcher's house still. And Terry and Candace would have been the ones that got murdered that night. And then we wouldn't. So bad timing. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. That's bad. That's sad. Terry Melcher was Doris Day's son. I heard that. I never did get Murphy Brown. I think I liked it when I was a kid, but I was like little. That makes it more tragic. Yeah. Pregnant Sharon Tate, Abby Folger, the gay hairstylist guy. I just keep saying he's gay. I don't really know if he was. And I can't remember who else was there, but they were murdered for no reason. I mean, I guess Terry and Candace would have been murdered really for no reason either, but Charles was mad at Terry Melcher for not signing him to his record label. And so that was why he was one of the targets. L. Manson. Yeah, and he never even like went to go find him either. Yeah, Melcher was a record producer that wouldn't make Manson a record. Why'd she go insane? Because she's a narcissist and she thought that everything was about her. Granted, she was also like a model and an actress and stuff. And so like she probably was a little messed up from Hollywood life as well. Allegedly they cut the baby out of her body. Like the baby survived or you mean the family cut the baby out? Probably. Yeah, I'm sure he was a straight hairstylist. Well, here's the thing. I can't remember if he was actually a hairstylist or not. Like I realized, like as I was saying that, I'm like, wait. Because it's been a while since I went back down the rabbit hole on this one, right? Like the details are not fresh. But I just like remember thinking like that was her gay hairstylist friend, right? So please know that as I was saying that, it was a joke, like the gay hairstylist thing. And those poor LaBiancas were a test run. Yeah. And then what's crazy is that after that, before like the trial and everything, Manson family kept sending like death threats and stuff to Dennis Wilson, and they blew up his Ferrari. Jay Sebring was a hairstylist of the stars. Was that him? It was Jay Sebring? Okay, so. Oh, this is saying that he was actually like in a relationship with Sharon Tate. Hmm. Okay, well, I stand by it. He was a gay hairstylist. So he was a hairstylist. Is he still alive? No, he was murdered that night. He was murdered that night. But yeah, so they went there with the intention to get Terry Melcher, and Terry Melcher was not there because he didn't live there anymore. And yeah, so if Charles Manson could get his information right, you know, if he could just update his Rolodex or whatever, then maybe we wouldn't have Murphy Brown. But I don't wish death on her. That's mean. But yeah, but that was the craziest part of Dennis Wilson's life, like meeting Charles Manson, especially because, like, again, the blowing up the Ferrari and like sending death threats and all of that stuff is just not. It was insane. But I just feel, I don't know. I feel really sad for Dennis Wilson. I feel like we got cheated. But I'm also really sad. Look, okay. Wow. Finish a thought. Just one. We did get cheated because he was very talented. And I feel like he was actually a good boy. And I don't know. I just think that he could have actually, he was on his way of trying to like turn things around and get shit straight. And it's just crazy that he drowned. He was the only surfer in the band. How did he drown? Manson was a frustrated musician. Hitler was a frustrated artist. Beware the frustrated. The wrong Wilson survived. Yeah, because guess what? That motherfucker's still alive. He has Alzheimer's, but he's still alive. He is still alive. Uh-oh. You'd think the whole incident with Brad Pitt would have taught him a lesson. Wait, what incident with Brad Pitt? What if somebody's sexually frustrated? You mean like Jeffrey Dahmer? uh you think he didn't come back up on purpose? I don't know. It's just like granted, okay, so he was like drinking all day or whatever, and he'd already jumped off the side of the boat and like gone down and like grabbed a bunch of furniture that he threw over the edge of the boat or something stupid. And so he'd already done this like multiple times and then was like, okay, I'm good. And I guess like maybe he was just exhausted, and then maybe he was also like even more hammered, but it's just like he had friends with him on the boat. None of them saw him like struggling, like nothing. I don't know. The thing is it's easy to also just be in denial when you're like, you know, like you're just sad about something. Cause it makes me really, like really sad. I think that he had a really sad life, and it just makes me, it makes me sad when I hear about these kinds of stories, you know? He was, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I think that he's like, you know, the best musician around, but he was a really talented artist. And, you know, I get very upset when people bring good things to us in the world and then we lose them early. Like, don't get me started. Jim Henson, I will sob uncontrollably about that man. Okay? Like there are talents out there that I feel like we were robbed of, and it makes me really upset. It is suspicious, but water is more dangerous than we sometimes give it credit for. That's true. That's very true. Phil Robertson died too. Phil Robertson, don't send me down another rabbit hole. Oh, is he one of those Duck Dynasty people? I don't know if I would classify him in the same group of like Dennis Wilson and Jim Henson. He's like more of like a Kardashian. Chris Farley. Yeah, Chris Farley, like that guy, like he came into the world to just give us all laughs, and he was so talented at it. He was just such a good comedian. And then we lost him. Jim Henson, Mr. Rogers, the best people go too soon. Yeah. And they're saying it's so weird. Like the thing was like Jim Henson, I don't know what it is, but it just bothers me so much because like he was still pretty young. And of course, like he died of basically like a cold. Russell Hall. Remember that dude from Nirvana? Kurt Cobain? Yes, I do. It's weird, like with him, I don't know. I mean, granted, I went to his funeral and like I cried a lot at the funeral. And so now I'm at the point in my life now where I'm like, yeah, he was all of his songs were just like heroin induced nonsense. Yeah. We lost George Burns way too soon. Are we just going to list off everyone's death? Supposedly there's suspicions around about Bon Scott's death. Oh no. How about John Denver? I never felt that. I don't know. I mean, there's some suspicion there. I'm not that sad. He was great at being fat and yelling a lot. You went to Cobain's funeral? Yes, I did. I was there. Well, not like his family's funeral or whatever. It was like the celebration of life or whatever that they did at the Seattle City Center. None of the lyrics made sense back then. All of his lyrics he was literally on heroin the whole time. If we go through any song of his, of Kurt Cobain's, any Nirvana song, you will find out really quick. It was all a bunch of gibberish. How about Elvis Presley? Is it true he died on the toilet? I don't know. I actually don't really know the details of, I haven't done a deep dive on Elvis. Betty White. Here's the thing with Betty White. Betty White, she's on the same list as James Earl Jones. For me, is what a fucking blessing that we got to have them for almost an entire century entertaining us. Right? Well, I guess like technically not an entire century. They were on this earth for almost an entire century. But the fact that like these people entertained us for decades on decades. We got that. We had, what a beautiful blessing that we had, that they got to live this full and fulfilling life. And the majority of that was spent entertaining us. It was beautiful. I think that it's wonderful. I'm sad, but I don't find it like so devastating and tragic. Like with Dennis Wilson. The wounds are still fresh with Dennis Wilson, okay? Because I'm learning more and more about his life like recently. There's a lot of this is new information. I was not introduced to the Beach Boys by my parents. Okay, I was introduced to the Beach Boys by Uncle Jesse on Full House. So there's that. And now I don't know. Prince's death was a little suspicious. Yeah, there was something weird there. Wait, Kurt Cobain dated a woman named Courtney. Yes, Courtney Love. Didn't his girlfriend support him while the band was struggling? Then he traded in for Courtney. I don't know. Maybe. I know that Courtney Love pursued him really hard. Tracy was Kurt's first girlfriend. Who's Tracy? Bob Saget. I don't know. Did he have? That's the thing is like with Dennis Wilson, like his life was just, first of all, a wild roller coaster. I mean, for fuck's sake, you guys. Charles Manson took over his house for a summer. Is that not insane to you? That he just so happened to be picking up Charles Manson's girlfriends to give them a ride. And next thing you know, he's paying $1,000 in STD medical bills. And that wasn't even like the wildest part of his life. He was just like, I just feel like it makes me sad because I think that he genuinely wanted to continue entertaining the masses and he wanted to still be a part of the entertainment world. And when you want to be a part of entertainment, there's something very special about you. When you actually are very talented and you want, because that's a very selfless job, right? You're basically being like a puppet. You're singing and dancing for everybody to show them a good time, to bring people's spirits up, whether it's like whether you are singing, dancing, acting, stand-up comedy, whatever it is, it's very selfless because you're taking a very big part of yourself and you're giving it away to everybody. And the fact that he wanted to do that, and even though he struggled so much with like his own demons, and then but he wanted to get better. Like there was a part of the story that made me really sad was like he was like fighting with somebody and he punched his hand through, I think it was through a window. He damaged his hand. He couldn't play the drums and he had to sit out during the tour, and it devastated him. He was just such an emotional person, and not in a bad way. He just was very much like emotionally attached to like the things that he loved the most. He loved making music the most, and like his brother leaving the band for a brief period of time crushed him because he thought that it was over. He wasn't sure what to do. Like, I just think that like there was something so beautiful about his outlook on things. Like it just seemed like he really truly wanted to be good at everything that he did. And he was like afraid of not being good enough. Just makes me so sad. Steve Irwin's death hit me hard. I loved Crocodile Hunter, and he cemented my love for animals and conservation. Oh my God. Let me tell you, do you ever do you follow Robert Irwin? Dude, I watched him. I watched this clip of him doing I think it was something with a crocodile even, but he was, following in his dad's footsteps. Bawled my eyes out. The dude is his father's twin. It's insane. Like I thought I was watching Steve Irwin. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Very sweet. Both Bindi and Robert are adorable. Robert Irwin turned into a stud. Yeah, and he did the underwear modeling. Wowza. Woo! Yeah. The whole family is a picture of Wholesome. I know. They're so sweet. Yeah, Terry's a real one. She never remarried. I know she was like, I don't know how I would do that. I already had the love of my life. Like, nothing's gonna. Like, no one's ever gonna like be better than that. Like, what are we talking about? That's so sweet. I'm surprised Courtney doesn't want a stingray. I'm not gonna lie. I actually loved stingrays when I was a kid. I thought they were so cool, and I love their cute faces. I thought they were awesome. And then when I heard about what it did to Steve Irwin, I was like, never mind. But look at that cute. They still have such cute faces. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can get like multiple bathrooms, right? I can get a bigger house, and I can have one bathroom that just doesn't get used. And in that bathtub, I can put a stingray in there. Yeah. Or maybe I can just get like a really big fish tank. Should I get a dolphin? You have such a death wish. No, I'm a white girl. We're known for being stupid when it comes to animals. Listen, I'm not getting a stingray. I definitely don't want a stingray. And I definitely listen, I got set straight when Steve left us, okay? So, all right, maybe a bear needs to kill someone else and then I'll get scared. It has to be in Russia though, because I'm convinced that the bears in Russia are nice. Oh, that's what I was thinking, Sam. The walls in the house can be glass and the stingray can swim through the house. Yeah, I was thinking just having like a like that, just like all through the house, just like whoop, right in the middle there. And then I could put a stingray and like a dolphin and a shark and stuff in there. And just all throughout the entire house. the maintenance on that would not be shit at all. Whatsoever. God, could you imagine? That'd be awful, really, if you think about it. Dolphins are rapey. Yeah, you just keep them in the fish tank. You can go scuba diving in your own walls. I could do a scuba dive stream. One of my streams will just pop up and you'll see me scuba diving through the house. Or dig out the floor and replace it with a fish tank. You just gave me an idea. What if I got a houseboat? I could just get a houseboat. And then I could have glass floors on the houseboat. Then I can have tons of pet fish that I never have to pay for. Russell, once again, YouTube channel Scary Bear Attacks. Listen, stop trying to yuck my yum, people. The bears in Russia are adorable, all right? That's what the internet told me, and that's what I'm going to believe. That doesn't mean, first of all, you think I'm going to go to Russia? Get out of here. Shit. That's insane. I'm not going to go. Who the hell goes to Russia? It would be the bears yum. Don't yuck my bear's yum. My chair is breaking out from under me. Yeah, there are houseboats in the San Francisco area. Get a glass bottom boat. Yeah, something. I don't know. Maybe I could do that. Stop telling me what to do, Russell. Look up Olga Moskil. I don't know how to say that. I don't care. Look at this bear. Yeah, look at this one. Look at this bear. Excuse me. Thank you. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. Just sliding. He wants to slide on the slide. He just wants to play like everybody else. Ask Chungus and Penelope what they think of the bears. Well, I already know that I'm not allowed to have bears until they move out. Because they would eat them. The bear would eat the dogs. And I don't want that to happen. Look at this bear.
Да, моя шапка тут большая. Че шапка? Папкина шапка. Вот такая вот молодец. Дай вот. Молодец, красивый. Ну, какой сила помолодец. Ой, кинчик.
Look at that. Oh.
Как вкусно, гречка. Какая гречка. Вкусно.
What the fuck is that she's eating? That's disgusting. Looks gross.
Молодец.
You look so cute, though. Yeah, that was a cute bear. You can't tell me that wasn't a cute bear. That was a very cute bear. I like him. Didn't see that. I don't know. I think a Chihuahua could stand up to a bear. My Chihuahua thinks she can take on the world. Who's right now wrapped in her blanket laying next to me. Choo, 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 choo. Well, Chungus can't defend herself against anything. She's terrified. But oh no, you saw it. Cricket thinks that she could do that. She could fight a bear. She's an idiot. I love Cricket. She's so cute. Very cute. She's very dumb. It's all fun and games until you become a bear turd. I mean, no, I'd be fine with getting mauled by a bear. Like, people don't understand. I don't give a shit if a bear attacks me and I die. Oh no, I'm dead. Ugh. So what? I care if a bear attacks my dogs and eats my dogs. Now I'm upset. But like, if a bear kills me, then fine. Something's going to kill me. Old age, car accident, disease. I don't know. Getting mauled by a bear. No, don't get me wrong. I'll probably end up being like scared when I see it and it'll hurt. But like, okay, and then I die. I don't like people are like, oh my god, that's fucking stupid or whatever. No, it's not. I'll just die. So I don't really understand like what the downside is. Yeah, just don't touch my dogs. Yeah. Oh, I have to continue living after knowing that a bear ate my dog? That's terrible. But if I die, who cares? I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I'm gonna die anyway. So what? Why does it matter so much like how I die? Just as long as it doesn't happen before the dogs die, then I'm fine. They have to die of natural causes. You're alive while they're still eating you. See, you don't understand. You go into shock and you black out. Like when you reach like a certain pain level, like you just go into shock, you pass out and you're like completely unconscious. You don't know. Courtney, bears don't kill you right away. They maul you, then eat pieces off you while laying on you to keep you still. Yeah, but you black out. You lose consciousness. You don't know. Just not death by shabusiness. I'm totally going to die trying to hug an animal who doesn't want to be hugged. Yeah. I remember being drunk at Vegas at MGM and like getting real upset that I couldn't pet the lions. I was mad. If I die first, my dog has permission to eat me if necessary. Oh yeah. Cricket for sure is going to she'll be taking chunks out of my thigh, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, like, Viking, late and gay, where have you been, sir? But yeah, no, I just like I don't understand, like I don't care if a bear kills me. How did Courtney live as long as she has? Fuck if I know. Russell Hall. Nope. Olga called her mom while a bear ate her legs. She was fully conscious the whole time. Well, what a retard. Don't be Olga. Well, I'm definitely not making a phone call. This isn't like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? Like, what are we doing here? I'm getting tired. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you people is that Viking gifted a membership. It did not go to MA. Oh, if you're ever in the Fort Worth Zoo, they have the most awesome otter exhibit. That's what I want. I have heard that there's a place in San Diego. I don't know what it's like now, but there is a place in San Diego that had like an otter thing where you could like spend a day hanging out in like hot tubs with otters. It looked pretty cool. Neither did it go to Chantanesque, so there's that at least. Yeah, fucking Chantanesque, get him out of here. And another one. Who's Gomer? We've never seen Gomer in the chat before. Didn't go to MA for some reason. MA did something to YouTube, I swear. Something's going on there. MA, what happened? What did you do to YouTube? Who's Gomer? I don't understand. Does MA have received gifts turn on? Bro. I have no idea what's going on. I need MA to show me her settings. I can't put up with just guessing anymore. I need to look and see what's going on MA's YouTube settings, because this just doesn't make sense. MA is a friend of ours, and there's been this game that folks are playing on Zia's channel where they'll gift a bunch of memberships and then they don't go to MA. And it's been like hundreds and hundreds. And then MA's been over here lately. And again, no gifted memberships. How do we even turn them on? I don't see anywhere to turn them on. It's a little bit kooky, but you essentially you go to pretend to join the membership. And then when you pretend to join memberships, instead of paying, there's like an option to get gifts. You just turn that on. Yeah, everyone turn on your receive memberships, except Chat and Ask, turn it off. That reminds me, I need to check my settings on my Keanu Cast Historian page, because I never changed it specifically on my channel. I never set it to receive gifts, but it received a gift, and there's no reason for me to receive a gift on my other channel, on my Keanu Cast Historian channel. I just subscribed to my channel from that channel because why wouldn't I? But there's no reason. It's a waste. Yeah, I guess the story got a gift. That was very confusing for me. But yeah, I shouldn't hog them from everybody. That's not fair. MA told me she had gifts turned on, but I don't believe it. YouTube will email you and tell you to turn it on. Yeah, I feel like something's going on there. I used to get them all the time, and then YouTube cut me off. What did you do? What did you do, Douglas? Okay, back to Dennis Wilson, because I'm sad. I'm still sad about him. You guys, the wounds are fresh. I know you guys keep listing off other people that I don't care about, but the fact of the matter is, I'm sad about it. Just gift your gift. You can't do that. I can't do that. But I'm getting tired. Ugh. Ugh. Wait, what? I think I got a free one for Keanu from someone. Yeah, that happens. Morning mayhem, what up? What up, Courtney? I was just calling it a night, but I saw you were streaming. Want to say hi? Well, hello. Do you want to talk about how sad you are about Dennis Wilson, who passed away in 1983, and so we should all be over it by now? But I'm not, because I just heard more stuff about it. I thought I thought that Dennis Wilson, the weirdest thing about his whole life was that Charles Manson moved into his house. But like, it's not. Well, can we watch The Musically Talented Dog before we get sad again? I love him so much. Douchey Nazi, you're looking exceptionally and wonderfully big-breasted tonight. Oh, thank you. So just like Mike Love. Oh, another weird part of Dennis Wilson's whole thing. So Mike Love was their cousin, right? And Mike Love was married to a lady. Which wife was this? Dennis Wilson's wives. 5 times the man married. Sean Marie Love. So Sean Marie Love was married to Dennis Wilson's his cousin, Mike Love, also his bandmate. And then he stole her away. He stole Sean Marie Love away. And she married Dennis. Is she still alive? I need to talk to her. It was 42 years ago. I think it's time to get over it. No, I won't. I will not. It's weird to me that you're not fascinated by this story, deranged lunatic. What's wrong with you? It's an incredibly fascinating story. Hello. The guy wasn't even supposed to be in the Beach Boys. His mom was like, hey, Brian, you can start your little band if you want to, but you have to let your brother be in the band. That's literally, that's why he ended up being in the band. It was because you can't go unless you bring your little brother. So he wasn't even supposed to be in the band. And then Brian tried to ditch the band, which just devastated him. And then my mom said I could. It's such a mom move. It is such a mom move. Yeah, like, I can't go to the party unless I bring my little brother. I can't go to the mall unless I bring my little sister. Like, that's such a... Oh, Oh God. I almost invited you all to the show. Nope. Here he is, everybody. What a cute doggy. Fake, he's not actually playing that. Did you see his tail? I don't know him, and I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't care much for the Beach Boys. I don't really care for the Beach Boys music either, but it's a very it's an incredibly fascinating story. I think you just don't have feelings. Something. Better than the Beach Boys. Was that a Zappa cover? I probably actually. You know what? I think it is. This is a Zappa cover. So then, then he just so happened to be giving Charles Manson's girlfriends a ride, and then. What's funny is that he dropped them off, and that was that. And then he gave them a ride again, and that was when he was introduced to Charles Manson. And then they had some jam sessions, and then they all got chlamydia, and Dennis had to pay $1,000 to clear that up. And then Charles went to prison. And then, before Charles went to prison, before trial, they blew up his car and were sending him death threats. But then also, while this is all going on, by the by, he got married 5 different times. Why haven't your girls started a band yet? Have you seen them around instruments? They are terrified. They are terrified of instruments. The only reason why Chongus even stays here anymore is because I don't have any instruments on the desk anymore. When I saw a guy re-record a Beach Boys song and how insane all the vocal tracks and harmonies were, they got some respect from me. I mean, I gotta say, like the vocal harmonies and everything were it's clearly like there was a lot of talent and skill there. I don't know. I was never like a huge fan of like the songs. You know, everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA. How could you sing that fucking song knowing you don't surf? It's weird also looking at pictures of Dennis Wilson. He doesn't look like somebody who would be in that band. Oh yeah, but before the death threats and everything, he he recorded one of Charles Manson's songs, and then he changed the song a little bit, and then Charles Manson chased him around the studio with a knife. And then yeah, Beach Boys didn't surf. So Dennis Wilson surfed. He was the only one that surfed. So they're all just posers. The rest of them are posers. Well, the producer of Dennis's solo album was also a prosecution witness in the Manson murder trials. Who was the producer of his solo album? Hold on. I know that he was asked to testify, and he was like, I don't want to. He was like, he was terrified because he was like getting threats, and he got out of it. He didn't have to testify, which is weird. I thought that was like how you're supposed to testify. Dennis Wilson solo album. Show more. Oh. Was it Greg Jacobson? Viking, is this a best Beach Boys song? You want me to get a copyright claim? Do you know I got a copyright claim when I sang what was it called? It's Rickroll. Viking. Oh, it's not Rickroll. But it's 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Done to the sound of, done in the style of a Beach Boys song. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't woo. I don't know if it would claim it was parody. I got a copyright claim when I sang the Falling in Reverse song a cappella. I'm still mad. It's not worth risking it. I'm mad bragging. Yeah, well clearly I'm talented. I'm very talented. And I clearly sound just like Ronnie Radke. What a good girl like that. Okay, so who's this Greg? Hold on. Where did it go? Come back. Did I exit out? Okay, so what was this? Who? Was it Greg Jacobson? I need more details. You're more talented than Peacock hair, dude. Peacock wig wearing motherfucker. They need to institute penalties for false copyright claims. Yeah. The thing is like you can contest them, and for the most part, they end up getting like dropped or whatever, because it's usually found that it's not a proper claim. Like the AI ones, especially. Courtney, did you always have to deal with that kind of stuff in the 90s? You wanted to go somewhere, but your mom said you have to watch over your brother. I don't have a brother to watch over. I'm the youngest. No copyright strike on Prodigy noises? No, isn't that crazy? Nothing. What karaoke you're going to sing at Content House? I don't know. I have not decided. I'm not even 100% positive I'm going to be able to go with the way things are going right now. It's not looking good. But if there's no actual penalty, there's no deterrent from doing it over and over. No, exactly. They like if they have the whole like AI thing where it like flags it to be like, hey, this might be a copyright, then they need to have a human review it first and decide if it's fair use or not, and then remove it if it's not copyright. Because I understand like why they would have a system in place that would like so that you don't have to that they don't have to pay somebody to constantly be manually reviewing all the time to catch that stuff. Instead, having the system in place that they have now where it's like an AI will just pick it up. But having somebody then check it first and go, oh no. Or maybe like fine tuning the AI to actually like pick up that it's not copyright. Like it's not a copyright claim. And yeah, I mean, if the copyright claim gets dropped after you contest it, then yeah, YouTube needs to get penalized. Because the thing is, like, I understand why like a copyright claim would be there, right? I understand why like that would be a thing of existence, but like it's being abused. I sometimes think musicians with no life sit on YouTube and go after people. That's not what it is. It's AI flagging it. Like the musicians aren't doing it. It's an AI flag. It'll pick up songs. Like that's why streams will get taken down like midstream. Like that one time when we were having a blast singing Mandy Moore's Candy on Chrissy's stream on Simpcast, and then the joy got taken away because YouTube just took it down midstream. And so we had to like mind our P's and Q's so it could go back up. Or like one of my streams just got yanked. And then after the fact. And I just edited the song out. But like I didn't even get a copyright claim. It just took the whole thing down. Yeah, YouTube went corporate. Thanks, Susan. Now she's dead. Bye. This makes no sense. Good night, mister. Did you not know that Rumble and Kick exist? Make a pirate YouTube. What the fuck is... There's a bunch of other like knockoffs. We just don't use them. And you're right. Rumble is all right. It's not that great though. It's not that good. It's fine. It needs to be a little bit more user friendly. Okay. Ugh. I would actually use my Rumble if there was something worth watching. Yeah, like there's just not like a lot of people don't use it. It's just not like it's not that easy. It over the years has not been that easy to use. I guess it's getting a little bit easier, but I don't know. I still have problems with it. Yeah, but the artists allow record companies to strike streams for fair use. It sucks. Well, unfortunately, they don't have any say in that though, because they don't own their music. The record label does. So the record label can do whatever they want. And the artist can't do anything about it. She says just like Mike, love but you never be Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson says just like Mike, love but you never be Brian Wilson. And I said, I'm probably going to get a copyright claim for that. I mean, like if you moved to Rumble, I know if I could figure out how to like properly use Rumble. I don't know how to use anything. You know what? Look, oh, here it is. Wait, what? Hold on. I don't know. I'm so tired. I think that means it's time to go because I'm just getting.
No, I don't know any of them. I'm just making shit up.
You know what I mean? Okay. I guess could be it. So Dennis Wilson, nobody here understands why I'm sad, but it's okay. I'll be sad on my own when it comes to Dennis Wilson. Jojo Siwa is a terrible Disney princess. No Colton to drop any bombs and keep the stream going. Why did he need to tell us that? YouTube got started by two guys who wanted to watch an archive Janet Jackson nip slip at the Super Bowl. Huh. Man, and if you show any footage of the Super Bowl, even if it's on mute, your stream gets taken down. Isn't that crazy? Like that just happened to Keanu. Where she had the Super Bowl halftime show on mute. And her stream got taken down. It was created by guys that wanted to watch Super Bowl footage, and now your stream gets taken down if you play Super Bowl footage. Wait, are they still alive? Oh, an Asian guy. Okay. Are they alive? I guess it's three guys, but still. He's 46. Who's this guy? He's 45. Okay, no, use a current picture of yourself. You look like you're 19. Why don't they buy it back? So they're all still alive. Oh my God. They were all alive when Dennis Wilson died. Do you think they were sad? Do you think they got sad when Dennis Wilson died? They were like in like kindergarten or whatever, but I mean, I was in second grade when Kurt Cobain died and I went to his funeral. So like, do you think they got sad when Dennis Wilson died? Probably not. They seem like dum-dums now. Yeah, totally crazy considering how YouTube started, how far we've fallen. And I mean, I get it. Like, you know, when you start getting like ad sponsors and stuff like that, things do start to change a bit. But like, that's freaking insane. Like, it's become like absolutely insane. You're technically not allowed to say Super Bowl, at least on legacy media. That's why they have to always refer to it as the big game. What? So do you think they got sad when Dennis Wilson died? I just don't understand why nobody here why don't you guys understand the pain? Wait, what year did Dennis die? He died in 1983. And they were born in 78 and 79. So like, so they're like in kindergarten or whatever, but do you think, I actually think it's really interesting. Uncle Jesse, he was like a huge fan of the Beach Boys. Did you guys watch Full House? He was a huge fan of the Beach Boys. And then remember his big hit song, Forever, that he wrote for Aunt Becky? Do you think that that I might have had something, because Dennis Wilson, when he did that solo album, the song that everybody loved, wasn't that him? That he did the song. Hold on. I need to remember. Dennis Wilson solo album. Because wasn't his big song Forever? I thought that was like the song that everybody loved. Give me a track listing. River Song, What's Wrong, Friday Night, Moonshine, Friday Night, Dreamer, Thoughts of You, Time, You and I. Where's the song Forever? Oh, wait, was that on? Then maybe that was on the Beach Boys album. Wait, hold on. John Stamos still tours with the Beach Boys. That is actually very cute. It says episode The Wedding. Dennis co-wrote the song. What? Oh my God, I've got chills. I have chills. I'm going to start crying. I'm going to cry. No way. Because I remember they're like, wait, okay, so was Forever on the album after discography? Give me a discography here. Can you give it to me in chronological order? What is wrong with you? Okay, where's Pet Sounds? Pet Sounds. Okay, Pet Sounds. And then, okay, so Smiley Smile. That was the one that Dennis did without Brian. Give me a track listing. Re-recorded for the show. Band played song. Stamos sang vocals. Originally recorded in 71. 71? Okay, why was I thinking that it was... Got Sam here as my researcher. Thank you. I remember it being like a big deal. I remember like people were talking about like what an incredible song that was. But I'm okay. Wait. Yeah, back to Dennis Wilson solo album, because I feel like that was that was 78 though. What crazy women divorced him 5 times? There were 5 different women that divorced him. Dennis Wilson. Huh. Like, well, let's just do this then. Okay, so it was on the album Sunflower. I was looking at the wrong one. It was a Beach Boys one. And it was Dennis Wilson. Okay, Brian assisted with the arrangement. Oh, I think maybe was this the first one that like there was something weird that stuck out that about it being like the first one that he wrote on his own or something. But yeah, so Brian Wilson declared the song Forever has to be the most harmonically beautiful thing I've ever heard. It's a rock and roll prayer. I just remember he like in that story about him, like that there was so many accolades about this song and the John Stamos version. Okay, see, I thought that it was more of like an homage to him, but that was actually Uncle Jesse had me thinking that he wrote that song. Maybe they divorced him because he was friends with people like Manson. He had a substance abuse problem. That's the thing is like he also did have a bit of an anger problem. Like he had to skip out on tour because he broke his hand, like punching it through like a wall or a window or something. And then he also they kind of kicked him out of the band sort of because they wanted him to go to rehab and he had to go to rehab multiple times. So those women probably really were not big fans of the rock and roll lifestyle and the substance abuse issues. But also, I don't know. I just get this idea that like they weren't really like, what's the word I'm looking for? I just feel like it was whirlwind romance all around. Like it was just like people were hot and horny and probably on cocaine and oh, this is a really good time. I want this really fun time to be forever. And then forever. Forever. He sounds like Nick Rekieta. I don't know. Maybe. You know, maybe I am having all this empathy for this guy that I think was like, oh, he was just like a really, you know, passionate guy and he like, had a rough upbringing and he was very vulnerable and just wanted to be loved in return. And maybe he was just a Nick Rekieta. They bailed when it got too real. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of the idea I got, that it was just like he really wanted to be in it forever, but like they were just kind of there for the glitz and the glamour and the excitement. And then it's the excitement wore off. But he also was a substance abuser. He was a heavy drinker. He had a very big drinking problem, and that was why he ended up drowning. I could fix it. Well, it's so funny. I remember seeing Stamos pop up in the Kokomo video randomly. That's weird. Wait, when did Kokomo come out? I guess, was that a song in the 90s? Key Largo, Montego, baby, oh wait, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo. When did it come out? Oh, 1988. Ah. So Uncle Jesse's obsession with the Beach Boys was like, that was like a forever. Courtney, copyright strike incoming. singing it off key. Oh, I thought you were saying I was singing it off key. If I did sing it off key, it might help. Dennis didn't live to see Kokomo money, but he saw Surfing USA money. Have you learned nothing? Why do good girls like bad guys? Right now, the worst thing that happens to me with like copyright claims is like the stream gets like throttled in the algorithm. So it really doesn't get pushed back through for like new viewers to watch or anything. And to be honest, if I got a copyright claim, I would just like not monetize it if it was ever monetized. Because keep in mind, like super chats, I can keep super chats no matter what, but it's the ad revenue. And I don't think I would ever like put ads on a stream while streaming because you only get like 17 cents or something like that. It's not like enough to like annoy the crap out of people with ads during streaming. Wow, I reported Courtney for abuse of power. Oh, cool. Well, enjoy your ban. Wait, speaking of the Beach Boys being fake surfers, the Kokomo off the Florida Keys isn't even a real place. Strike 2. The song lyrics depict a romantic getaway to a fictional island, not a specific location. But you listed off all these other places that are real. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. All that stuff, those are all real. Get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we want to go. Way down in Kokomo. I already exited out of the chat because I thought we were going to end it. And then so now I have to pop it back out. I have to open it back up. Jeepers. This broken monitor is driving me insane. Okay, back to this. Life back to reality. Who's Cousin Dave? Well, Cousin Dave has a raccoon for Man, it's easy to accidentally make someone a mod. Yeah, a raccoon for a profile pic. That's cool. Susan, get Chatnesca membership. Susan's dead. I am YouTube now. Marcy Playground, hello. It's like Wakanda. But like, BTW, welcome to the world of entertainment. What do you mean? What do you mean that like, I'm really cool? I don't understand. Anyway, K-Max. I'm falling apart. You still have a broken monitor? Yeah. I don't think you understand. I'm very poor. Your stream with Bradley Courtney made me come up with this acronym, WWHD. What would Hitler do in situations just WWHD? Look at him holding hands. He's holding hands with Chongus. That's your great-great-grandfather. You think they went surfing after band practice? No, they don't surf. Do you not understand anything, Chatnesque? They don't surf. The only surfer was the one who drowned. which was Dennis. I almost said that which was K-Max. He drank water. He did. He drank water. And so if you drink water, you are Hitler. Adolf, can I pet that dog? Hitler had a small dog, didn't he? I think so. When did Carl Wilson die? Hold on. Said just like Mike, love, but you never be Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson said just like Mike. Oh no, do I want to watch the story of Carl Wilson and how he died though? How did you die? He died in 98 of lung cancer. German Shepherd. Well, how did we miss that one? I mean, hello. Dirt, 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 dirt. That's not a small dog. He died in what? 98. 98 of lung cancer. I'm surprised none of them like off themselves. I don't know, like that. How are they not like severely depressed? Was Prozac a thing back then? I'm sorry, but like I don't understand how they none of those guys in the Beach Boys were like that upset. Maybe they were, and I just don't believe it. They're not alive, Courtney. Who aren't alive? Is Mike Love still alive? I feel like he just gets very much forgotten in this situation. He's still alive. Yeah, Mike Love's still alive. Brian Wilson's still alive. But Brian Wilson has Alzheimer's. And for some reason, I feel like he deserves that. I don't know. I'm like still upset with him for briefly leaving the Beach Boys. You think a great philosopher just happened to be a politician called JFK. He didn't think of any of those ideas. What? What are you saying? I'm going to ban you. You think he gets forgotten? How about Al Jardine? Well, listen. He co-founded the Beach Boys. Wait, so was he not a family member? Is that why? Because I know Mike Love was a cousin. Like there were brothers. Brian, Carl, and Dennis were brothers. I almost just fell asleep. And Mike Love was the cousin. And then Al Jardine was just a shadowy figure in the background. Love's son is NBA star Kevin Love. Well, what? He's not black. Hold on. Oh, he's not black either. Interesting. Born in 1988. That is a handsome man. Is he single? September 7th. Virgo power, baby. Kevin Love is white. I'm just now finding this out. Look at this guy. He is very handsome. Do you guys know if he's single? What is Kevin Love diagnosed with? Oh, he has a mental health disorder. Oh, so he's fucking crazy. Struggle with anxiety. We all have anxiety, sir. Not one of those, is he? I think he's married to a model. Nah, say no more. Why would I even bother? Of course he's married to a model, duh. Russell Hall is heartbroken. He's fine. He'll be fine. Kevin Love is Mike Love's nephew. Oh, not his son. Is he Dennis Wilson's son? And then he just gave him the last name Love because it's Mike Love's ex-wife. Wait, no, that wouldn't make him his nephew. Never mind. Don't we all have mental health disorders? Yeah. Wait, another handsome athlete for Courtney. It'll be fine. I'll find a handsome something. I got Russell. Who knows? If Tony puts up with me, maybe I'll end up actually marrying him. We haven't, I don't really know what's going on with that. Kevin Love is Courtney Love's son. What about Travis Kelce? Ew, gross. Yeah, ew, gross because he is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, but also like, you guys, I need to go to bed. What about Jim Stansel? Jim Stansel, I am not black enough or fat enough for him. So I want him to be happy. Al Jardine. I'm still looking at this guy. Al Jardine. Following the death of fellow band member Carl Wilson, 98, Jardine left the Beach Boys touring band and has since performed as a solo artist. Huh. That's weird. That's the thing. He's not a family member, and that's how easy it is to forget that he is a Beach Boy. People didn't talk about mental illness back then. People were supposed to suffer in silence. You had to really be crazy to be known as a person, to be known as a crazy person. Yes. But Kevin Love is my age, and he's whining about having anxiety right now. I just think that's... I don't care how handsome you are. That's gay. Courtney, you can't marry Kevin. The world doesn't need two Courtney Loves. I didn't say I was marrying nobody. Well, I guess I did technically once say that I was marrying Tony and also Russell. But I didn't say I was marrying Kevin. I just said he was handsome. I wanted to know if he was single. You know? Kevin Love came out a decade about the depression thing. I bet $100 Courtney would find me attractive. No. Courtney's not marrying per se. Listen, I just was... Look. I was just curious. I was window shopping. Just wanted to know what was up. You know? But, a basketball star that's related to a famous musician, I should have known he was going to be married to a model. What the fuck is my problem? Dirt, 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 dirt. I can never be a model. I'm not tall enough, and I never will be. Man, our friend Adam's been streaming for over an hour, and we're just over here partying still. What about a good-looking golfer? Well, I'm not worried about a guy playing sports. You don't have to play sports. It'll happen when it happens, if it ever happens. I heard Jim Stansel likes men. He does often tell everyone that he's gay, but that's okay. Look, I don't care about Kevin Love anymore. Or Jim Stansel. I care about Dennis Wilson. I miss him. I'm sad. That man was old enough to be my grandfather. But you know what? I love him. I wonder what his kids are up to. No. Garfield, no. Dennis Wilson pretty much caused the Manson murders. No. It was not Dennis Wilson. Well, okay, I can see what you mean by that, though, because if he didn't take Charles to Terry Melcher's house, then the Manson murders never would have happened. Right? But it was Terry Melcher's fault. Terry Melcher is the one who rejected Charles Manson. But Dennis did change that song. But Terry Melcher is the one that rejected, shouldn't have stole a song either. Well, he didn't steal it, he bought it, but it was on one condition that he didn't change it at all, and then he changed it like a lot. Oops. You know who else took one of his songs without permission? Axl Rose. Didn't see that coming, did you? But yeah, so Terry Melcher was the one that rejected him. And then Dennis Wilson did buy the song, and he changed it when he wasn't supposed to, which is unfortunate. But it was Terry Melcher that rejected him and didn't sign him to the record label. Axl Rose made it a good song. I have not heard it. But did you guys know I'm not glorifying Manson, you tard. I am correcting the record. Are you even listening? You're obviously not. You're too obsessed with yourself. You refuse to listen. I'm not glorifying Charles Manson. I'm correcting the record about Dennis Wilson, how it wasn't his fucking fault. Asshole. I don't like you at all. Team Manson. I will say though, I mean, he was a CIA plant, so like, whatever, you know? Like everything he did was just planned by the CIA. But no, so Dennis Wilson, yes, he should not have taken Charles to Terry Melcher's house, because if he didn't, then Charles would not have had the idea of going to Terry Melcher's house to kill him, only to find out that he no longer lives there. No one's fucking glorifying it, Chat Nest. Do I need to ban you? Jesus Christ, shut up. My God, go to bed. What's the song in question? Let's see whose version is better. Well, we can't listen to it here. But let's see here. What song are we? What song? The Dennis Wilson one? Because again, Axl Rose, but nobody wants to know anything about that. No one was surprised about Axl Rose taking a Charles Manson song. No one cares about that. Chat and ask, seriously, I want to ban you. You're like actually annoying the fucking shit out of me right now. Okay. What song did Dennis Wilson buy from Charles Manson? Okay, let's see. So the song was called Cease to Exist when Marilyn Manson, when Charles Manson wrote it. And then Dennis took it, and when he re-recorded it, did Charles Manson record it? I think he might have. But when he recorded it, he changed it to redone. Yeah, as Never Learn Not to Love. Also from the Sunflower album. Oh my God. So apparently the Sunflower album is the album I have to listen to. That's the one. Are there any songs on the Sunflower album that I even... Oh, he did record it. You can actually listen to it on YouTube. Should we do like a listening party in the Discord or something? Because this is very intriguing. It's just annoying that like YouTube is keeping me from like doing like a listen comparison. Watch out, Charlie might copyright strike you. Listen, I don't want his ghost like chasing me around with a knife in my house, all right? Viking, why are you trying to give Chatnesque power here? Do you feel bad about the time you timed him out for 60 seconds? Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Everyone would have to wait so long. I actually like that song. Like they're and we'll have fine time to run away. Like nah. It's fine. But like there are some Beach Boys songs that I actually like, I guess. But Surfing USA is obviously a farce. Let's recognize our dear friend Viking for gifting yay! For gifting a membership to Not MA. Did you did you type Okay. All right. Now, let me see here. It was gifted to Brimstone and not Chatnesque because he doesn't deserve it. He told me to shut up. Oh, yeah, don't fucking do that shit, Chatnesque. Stop. Oh, for no reason, getting tired of his nonsense. Yeah. I was getting tired of his nonsense too. Yeah, crack the whip. Let's see here. Tears in the morning. I want to do forever. Doesn't look like there are any songs on this list though. Does anybody recognize any songs here? Okay, so Beach Boys, Slip On Through, This Whole World, Add Some Music to Your Day, Got to Know the Woman, Deirdre, It's About Time, Tears in the Morning, All I Want to Do, Forever, Our Sweet Love, At My Window, Cool Cool Water. I don't recognize any of those song titles. What is this? I don't know. So anyway, I don't recognize anything on the album, but I'm guessing maybe that is the one that I will end up liking. Who knows? Forever is definitely a lighter song, as I like to call them. Unfortunately, you can still get a gift even if you're not in chat. It happened to me the other day, so Chatnesque could still receive one. Yeah. I mean, I've received a bunch of gifted memberships when I wasn't in the chat. And I mean, whatever. If he gets a gifted membership, he gets a gifted membership. Like, I don't. he's not that bad. He was starting to freaking annoy the shit out of me this time, though. It was just dumb. Like he was whining and complaining about nothing. Like there's no like shut the fuck up. No one's doing shit. So yeah, telling my mods to shut up when they're not actually doing anything to bother anybody, but you're going out of your way to annoy me, the host, then fucking get out of here. If Courtney goes that much longer, he could show up again and annoy. Well, and if he does continue to annoy, then I will have to just time him out longer. He could always just buy one for $5 too, and he should. Has he ever even actually given money? He just comes in here and like bothers everybody. Like that's, come on. If we're gonna bother everybody, at least pay money for it. Yeah, the biggest trolls never donate. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's like give Courtney $10,000. Duh. Yeah, he wasn't as bad as that guy. Like going to other people's chats and like specifically like whining and complaining about me, but like he was lying about everything that like he was complaining about. Like it was all just a lie. I was like, don't fucking cause drama elsewhere. First of all, in my friend's chat, don't do that. And secondly, don't lie about me just to cause drama. Like fucking no. So you're a band and you can't get unbanned until you give me $10,000. He tried to message me on Twitter and I'm like, sir, no, you don't get private access to talk to me after I already told you pay me $10,000. Got Venmo and Cash App linked in my bio. Or donate $100 for a cheap monitor. You know, or like start threatening your friends to subscribe so I can get ad revenue. You want to sleep with the fishes? I didn't think so. Subscribe. The tankers are looking fantastic. Wow. Poetic and beautiful. He said he was a trust fund kid on Wet Spot. He would always go there in person. Chat and Eskwood? Oh. Listen, there was like one time I saw a clip from the Wet Spot and the camera. I think Chrissy was like showing something that happened on Wet Spot. Like, I wasn't watching the Wet Spot basically, but I think Chrissy was like playing a clip from the Wet Spot on her YouTube channel, and the camera panned over to the Bleacher Creatures. Other guy, who? Who's the other guy? Am I just trash talking somebody who's actually nice? I don't know who you're talking about now. Yeah, buy me a new computer. No, you're not. I'm not trash talking like a cool guy. I'm just saying. Bleacher Creatures was pretty fitting. And yes, it was someone who was mean. Oh, that's really funny because I was actually just thinking like, I'm pretty sure Push-Ups was sitting there too. And I was technically a Bleacher Creature. Well, you weren't there. I would have known. I don't know if you were there. You weren't there. Push-Ups was definitely there though. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. There, I said it. Push-Ups is a piece of shit. Everyone here can say Push-Ups is a piece of shit. He's permanently banned. I hope to never see him ever again. Anyway, so Dennis Wilson. I don't think I met Chat and Ask. Chat and Ask, he's looking fine. There's sometimes, though, that I really am tired of his shenanigans. So I'm glad that he's not here for the rest of the evening. Well, we don't know how the rest of the evening is going to go because I probably should leave soon, but okay, so Dennis Wilson, back to Dennis. Fealty, are you sad about Dennis Wilson dying back in 1983? Russell, what did push-ups do? He fucking fat shamed me for no goddamn reason. He's been bullying me for months and months and months. He threw a tantrum because I told him that George Bush doesn't love him, basically. And he got all pissy because, like, basically I was the one who told him about the $2.3 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld announced that went missing on September 10th of 2001. And I was like, yeah, that's suspicious, right? Like, the next day, and then he kept challenging like everything that I was saying about it. I was like, are you fucking insane? Like, the government doesn't love you. Get over it. And he's been like an ass. And this is like back in October when we had like a movie watch along in the Discord. And then after that, he was just like constantly trying to like push my buttons on purpose. Like, he was just trying to like upset me because he really wanted to laugh at me being hurt. And he would say things that would frustrate me and then be like, oh, she's so triggered. Yes, got her. Like, he would be so proud of it. Or if I would just be bothered by something and be like, fuck real ID. Real ID is for pieces of shit. He would, haha, yes, she's so triggered. He'd get really delighted if I was triggered about anything, which that's like disgusting. Like, you're like a really gross person if that's how you feel. I feel like you get excited that somebody might feel like negative emotions. And then it just one day he was retarded and he was like, he tagged me in something on Twitter and was like, oh, you should go to this riot. And why don't you go to this riot in Seattle? And I was like, because I don't want to. Why don't you go to it? And he was like, I don't live in near Seattle. A little exercise wouldn't hurt you. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He did not explain himself. He did not apologize, nothing. And I was like, all right, that's enough. I'm done with your shit. That's the final straw. I'm tired of you being your behavior in general. Anyway, you are a bad person. You are just a bad person. And I don't have to put up with your shit just because you're friends with other people that I am friends with. So push-ups is a button pusher, but I do not think he does it on purpose. I think he is just natural personality. Yeah, because he's possessed by demons. He's a bad person. The 2 trillion is why World Trade Center 7 was destroyed. The 2 trillion is why everything happened. What the 2.3 trillion is why the accounting department in the Pentagon got hit by a plane with no wings. Wait, Fealty, what did you say about Dennis Wilson before I went into my monologue? I thought Fealty said something about Dennis Wilson before I went into my monologue. Oh, I have no clue who Dennis Wilson is. Dennis Wilson was, okay, let's start from the top. Dennis Wilson was the drummer in the Beach Boys, okay? And so his dad was a bit of a Joe Jackson type, okay? And he was the hardest on our dear friend little Dennis, okay? And he was only 16 when Brian formed the Beach Boys with Carl and their cousin Mike Love, and apparently Al Jardine, who like is that guy even like real? But the mom was like, listen, you can't start your band unless you let your little brother join. And so Dennis joined the Beach Boys. He originally played bass and then he moved on to drums. And then so then okay, I was joking about like going into the whole lore of it, but listen. Al Jardine sounds like a Muzzy. That's what I thought, but he's white. So then Mike, started developing his love for like the sauce, the booze, and the rock and roll lifestyle. Okay, during his journey in the Beach Boys, well, up until his death, he was very much a man who loved love, and he married 5 different women. Got married 5 different times. One of the women that he married was Mike Love, Mike Love's wife. Yeah, Mike Love, his cousin Mike Love, his wife married Dennis. Now, in the 60s, okay, Dennis Wilson was driving down the street, and then he saw these women hitchhiking, and he gave them a ride. They were Charles Manson's girlfriends. Now, nothing really came of it this time around, but it happened again. And then Mike Love is also in the Beach Boys. Mike Love is the cousin of the Wilsons. There's Brian Wilson, Dennis Wilson, Carl Wilson, they're brothers. And then Mike Love is the cousin. And then Al Jardine is the forgettable one. Or as we say around here, forgottable one. And then, the second time he gave the girlfriends a ride, he met Charles. Okay. And then Charles and Dennis became friends, and they were like jam friends, and they would play music together and all this stuff. And then he brought Dennis brought Charles over to Terry Melcher's house. Terry Melcher was a record producer. And so then Charles was like, oh, this is my big chance. Well, during this whole situation or whatever, Charles did end up selling one of his songs to Dennis, and he said, you can have this song, but you, on one condition, you can't change it. And then he did. Okay, we're gonna get back to that in a minute, because a lot more things happened during this time. So the Manson family, Charles was like, you can have sex with any one of these girls you want. And Dennis was like, that's cool. So he did, but then they all got chlamydia. I think it was chlamydia or gonorrhea, one of those. And so then Dennis had to spend $1,000 to clear it all up so he could keep banging all the girlfriends. And then the Manson family just infiltrated his house. They're like, we live here now. And so they spent a whole summer living at Dennis Wilson's house, drummer of the Beach Boys. And then I'm a terrible storyteller. So then the music situation happened, right? And so Dennis was like trying to tell Terry, like, just like sign him or whatever, like let's just like do something, whatever. And then he was trying to like get him into the music biz. Charles was a novice at the time. Dennis had been in the business for a long time. So, he was a lot more talented and experienced than Charles. But he was like, I think he's got something here. I think we should something. And Terry Melcher said no. And he was like, okay, well, what about, I'm just going to take the song. Well, then Charles found out that Dennis changed the song. So he went to the recording studio and he chased everyone around with a knife. And then Dennis was like, okay, you got to go. So he finally managed to get them out of the house, and the Manson family moved to the desert. And then Charles went to Terry Melcher's house, but Terry Melcher actually sold his house to Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski. Mm-hmm. You see where this is going. But Charles didn't know that. And so when he was looking for him, Sharon's like, fucking, I don't know what, he's not here. Get away. Victoria Vetri was there, and she was like, oh my God, who's that hobo? It's so disgusting. And she's like, I'm going to leave. And she left. And then Manson family showed up later that night because Charles is retarded and wasn't like, oh yeah, I don't know where he lives anymore. He doesn't live there. No, he went there anyway because he had the intention of killing Terry Melcher and Candace Bergen. Candace Bergen. Yeah. If they didn't sell that house, we would never have had Murphy Brown. So then they died, and then Victoria Vetri thought it was all her fault because she called him a hobo or whatever. I don't really know exactly what she said, but she was trash talking him. So she ended up going like absolutely insane, and then she attempted to kill her boyfriend. She went to prison for it. But now, back to Dennis Wilson. Dennis Wilson tried to escape the Manson family altogether, but he couldn't. It was very difficult for him. They were sending him death threats. I don't know how, because we didn't have cell phones back then, but they blew up his Ferrari. Yeah, they blew up his Ferrari. And then Dennis, also before this happened, he punched his hand through a wall and he hurt his hand. He had to forego tour. He was very upset. That was another thing too, is he got very emotional. He was very upset because at one point he couldn't go on tour because of his broken hand. He couldn't play the drums. And so somebody else had to play the drums for him. And he was very upset about this. But also at one point, Brian wanted to leave the Beach Boys. And so he did a whole album without Brian, and he was fucking devastated. It was awful. It was so sad. And so he was just a man of passion. He loves love. He married 5 women. He missed his brother when he left the Beach Boys. And of course he came back because he likes money, I guess. I don't really know. But he was very upset when he couldn't play the drums when he broke his hand. He was very upset. But then he ended up getting like very heavy into substance use. And so he had to go to rehab. And then the Beach Boys were like, listen, you can't be in the band anymore if you have such a problem with substances and all this stuff. Well, then he left rehab around Christmas time in 1983. And he spent Christmas on a boat with his friends instead of with his family. And he got hammered and he like threw some furniture into the water. And then he's like, I'm going to go back and get it, or something fucking weird. So he kept going down and like diving, basically dumpster diving, but in the ocean. And then he came back up and then he was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm done for the day. And he kept drinking. And then later around 4:25, he jumped back in. He was like, I'm going to go one more time for another piece of furniture. And he never came back up. When they tried to take him to rehab, did he say, no, no, no? No, he went. Was Stevie Nicks involved with this? No. 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 But I miss Dennis Wilson. No. You took a dive at 4 a.m. No, it was 4:25 in the PM, I believe. That's why they didn't know what happened. They were asleep. I thought it was like in the afternoon. Like he went. He like took a break. He's like, all right, I'm good. Let's just hang out for a while. And he kept drinking and drinking and drinking. And then it was 4:25 in the PM. But how can you miss him if he died way before you were born? He died 2 years before I was born. Maybe I am him reincarnated. I am not. You need a Dennis Wilson poster. I do. He was buried at sea too. That was 4:25 p.m. Why did I think it was 4:25 p.m.? But I thought it was like they just couldn't stop him from jumping back in. Like the people that were there knew. I don't know. You have a Dennis Wilson inside you. Oh, dang it. I should have had a Dennis Wilson background for this. Do I have to start that story all over again? Would this count or no? Water deaths haunt me. Like I'm sad about Natalie one. Dude, that one. Christopher Walken, you know something, and I know you know something, Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken fucking knows something. He's like the Ashton Kutcher of his time. Yeah, Hitler's petting Chungus. Look how happy she is. Yeah, it just makes you happy. Yeah, he does. No, Christopher Walken definitely knows something that maybe Make it like a teenager's bedroom, posters and photos on the wall. I'm getting ideas now. Walken is the creepiest human being alive. I truly think he's an alien or a vampire. And he knows what happened to Natalie Wood. He knows what happened to her. He knows what Christopher Walken knows what happened to Natalie Wood. He knows. He knows. It's just like Ashton Kutcher knowing about that girl that died, that got murdered by that guy. He knows. Christopher Walken, he knows something. It's actually like gross to me that happened, and then like he just Robert Wagner happened to her. Yeah, Robert Wagner. Is she the chick that sang Torn? No, that's Natalie Imbruglia. She's Australian and she married the dude from Silverchair, the anorexic guy. Natalie Wood is like old Hollywood, you know? It was like before Christopher Walken really became like big, you know? Kind of like Robert Stack and Black Dahlia. Okay, Black Dahlia. That's a weird one too. I don't remember all the details of that one, but it is. It's a weird one too. I'm a big fan of Natalie Wood. She looks like my mother when she was young. Oh, that's sweet. But I'm telling you, Christopher Walken belongs in prison. I mean, so Robert Wagner belongs in prison, really. But like Christopher Walken. Oh my God, what's the only wood that doesn't float? Jeez. You guys. Oh no. I know all the details about the Black Dahlia. Oh my God. Do we have to have a Black Dahlia night? Are your details like mine and Dennis Wilson's? I'm really sad. I mean, I'm very sad about the Dennis Wilson situation. Okay, fair point, Fealty. 99% of Hollywood belongs in prison. Okay, yes. You're not wrong. Yes, OMG. Okay, we're going to have a Black Dahlia night. Okay. But I need to explain Dennis Wilson with Hitler in the background now. Garvey beat me. Okay. You guys, yes, you guys both did it at the same time. Jinx. It's nighttime now. So do we just do nighttime? You should check out the theory about this guy, George Hodel, being the Black Dahlia murderer. I'm putting it in my notes. I'm black. Okay. They might have found where the Black Dahlia was butchered. The whole thing was covered up by the LAPD. Oh yeah. I haven't I don't want to say like research. So basically I haven't like listened to stories about it, about the Black Dahlia murder in a long time. So a lot of it's kind of shaky for me. But I remember going away from being like, this is fucked up. There's something very, very wrong about this. Like they're covering this up on purpose. Something's wrong. Yeah. If I send her PJs, will Chungus wear them? I don't know. I have never had any clothes that fit her, so I have never tried to put them on. But I did put a hat on her, and she was very much a fan. George Hodel's daughter did a podcast about how they think their dad did it, called The Root of Evil. What? It's always insane when the kids are like, yeah, I think he did it. They conveniently lost a lot of evidence too. Starting to sound like Karen Reed. Wait, George Hodo got fired at his doorman job because he would never let anyone in or out. What? The chair is going to break. It's breaking. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see here. Hold on. Wasn't I going to leave like, hold door. Okay. Okay. I didn't think it was real, but I wanted to believe. Like an hour ago. Yeah, I was going to go. Oh God, it's been 3 hours? I was going to go like 2 hours ago at one point. Wait, they include interviews of one of the guys who was trying to investigate it, or maybe one of the investigator's sons. Can't remember which. He talks about the police cover up with it. Dude. It's been so long. Chat and asks timeout is over. Oh no, is he coming back? No, he's not. He's probably mad. But you know that he wasn't on the case. It's the guy's son who became the LAPD homicide detective ever. Wow. It feels like a Thursday stream now. I know, and I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. I'm just really upset about Dennis Wilson. Brian Wilson. Emily D. Baker has been entertaining me with the retrial. I can't believe they're not calling Proctor. Are they not calling Proctor? I've been like in and out with it. I do remember checking in during the prosecution. It was when the prosecution, it was their final expert witness. It was right before they arrested their case. And that guy called the occipital bone in the head. He called it an occiput boner. And then Emily stopped everything and called her husband into the room to bring like a skull that he had for teaching to show everybody what the occipital bone was. That's so funny. But the occiput boner. That's so funny. Didn't Proctor get fired? Why isn't he in federal prison? Oh, yeah. Speaking of Proctor, they need to call Proctor. Not calling Proctor is a gamble. They need to call Proctor. Well, okay. I need to know though, how are they going to get those text messages into evidence if they don't call Proctor? They need to get those text messages into evidence. But I think that they need to call Proctor, the occiput boner. They still haven't said if they will or not. I know. Well, so it looks like they're trying to do a tactic where they're trying to get certain evidence in without calling him. Like it does kind of seem like they're trying to come up with some sort of strategy to avoid calling him. But who knows? I mean, they got the text into their phone. Okay, so I need to catch up a little bit. I haven't been able to catch up on it. I haven't been able to do anything. Oh, dang it. The Commonwealth read some with his friend. Oh, okay. I remember Emily was talking about that. I watched. I was listening to a little bit of it when she was doing like a little bit of a, what's it called? They took out the scene. Yeah, they really. Text got in this morning. For some reason, the defense didn't read the messages, and the prosecutor read some in the morning. The prosecutor read that? The true story is dramatized in the show. On the night show about Black Dahlia, true story. It's called I Am the Night. Okay. Wait, but I want to know, hold on. The prosecution, I think the defense has something planned, keeping everyone in the dark with their strategy. I mean, that makes sense. Are we talking Diddy stuff now? No, we're talking Karen Reed. Yeah, they had the doctor in today that pointed out the definite dog bites. Okay, I saw a little bit of that. I really haven't been able to. I haven't been keeping up with it though. Man, what a mess. Proctor does need to go to prison though. That was insane. Yeah, even though it was a defense case in chief and case in chief, the prosecutor read the messages on the cross. Yeah, I think that was just so weird that like they would be the ones reading them. I would think that like the defense would bring them in, and then the prosecution would, flesh things out or, cover things up on cross. But instead they read them. Tara Reid, no, Karen Reid. That's messed up. There's no way she killed him. It's crazy that there are people out there that are super passionate that assume that she hit him. And I'm like, there's already testimony though. Who was it? It was like one of the kids was testifying that he like pulled up to go like pick up who was it? He went to go pick up like his girlfriend or his sister or something, whatever, right? And he pulled up behind Karen Reid. Or he pulled up to the house at the same time she did when she dropped off John O'Keefe. And he was like, yeah. And then she sat there in her car and she was like blasting her music. She was there for like a few minutes while I was like waiting to leave. And so like, if they think that she hit him, that means that he just was standing behind her car, just standing there hanging out for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then she hit him somehow. I think they said like 24 miles an hour or something like that. And it sent him pirouetting and flipped over. Yeah, exactly. If she hit him, it wouldn't have been enough to kill him, or her car didn't have enough speed or momentum. Exactly. I mean, I guess they're thinking because he was drunk. And so like if she hit him, that he would have like fallen over and then it would have knocked him out because he was so drunk and like the impact from his head. And so the cold killed him. But it's just like, at the speed that she hit him, it wouldn't have sent him like pirouetting and flying into the yard. She hit his arm, causing the spins too. Can't forget that. That just sounds insane. Like she hit, right? Like she hit his arm at 24 miles an hour. And that like, that's what sent it. And like that broke her taillight and shit. Like, well, the text came out of Proctor joking about how John's niece and nephew's dad died of a drug overdose, apparently. Oh my God. The defense respectfully kept that text out last trial, but not the Commonwealth. Jesus. Proctor is like a terrible person. Somehow none of the shards of the brake light have his blood on them too, even though his arm is torn up. There's that. And then also they wasn't it like her taillight was cracked but not broken when they first seized the car, and they didn't find any of the shards until after they took her car from her. And then there was also, I remember this from the last trial, there was something about there was like a big time like overlap or something from when, oh God, what was it? Now I can't remember. But it had to do with when they took her car from her. Shit, now I have to go watch it. Because there was something like they tried to say that they got her car. I think that's what it was, that they were like, they documented that they got her car from her like an hour and a half before they actually did. Like they said something like that they got it at 1:30 when really they didn't get it until 3 or something like that. So they were trying to essentially like create this time frame that she did something with the car, like they messed with the car when, or that she messed with the car when like they actually messed with the car. There's something weird. There was something really weird with that. They also sold the house. The people in the house rehomed their dog, and the rehome place then rehomed the dog to another place and have refused to say where the dog is. Oh, and they renamed it and everything. They got rid of the dog. They sold their house, like you said. They also destroyed their phones. They got new phones. They destroyed the SIM cards and then disposed them on a military base. Did they need to do that? And if he died from hypothermia, why wouldn't him standing behind her car for 5 to 10 minutes be concerning for his well-being in the low temperature without being hit? Yeah. Like, that's the thing that is insane. Is like, wait a minute. You're not going to take into consideration that like he had been standing there just like hanging out. Like that already. How is that not that's not concerning? Like, how are we not? Yeah, tore out the flooring in the basement. Yeah, they did a bunch of wild shit. They suspect she hit him and got back to Meadows within a couple minutes because her phone connected to his Wi-Fi. Well, then wasn't it though? There was also evidence though that her car didn't turn on, or like when her car turned on, like the last time her car turned on was like long before any of this happened. Like the time frame didn't line up either. Like the time frame essentially showed that she was already at home, like in bed. Like when she was calling him and like stomping all over the place and like, you fucking better get your ass here, you pervert, and all that stuff. Like, he hadn't been hit by the car yet. Like he was still like, there was evidence of his like phone still having activity at that time. Like he was still like texting or making phone calls or something. And so like she couldn't have then gotten back out of bed and then gone over and hit him and then left. I think they reported that they got her car later than they actually did. So they had time to manufacture evidence. Okay, that's what it was. There was something about like the time frame of when they got her car that they definitely lied about it. And they like, they picked it up at they picked it up at 1:30, but then they recorded that they got it at 3. There's so much about this case that doesn't work. The cops are caught in something they don't think they can get out of, so they're doing what they can to put it on her. Right. And what's so sad about this is that if Karen would have just gone to bed and like not given a shit and just been like, you know what? Whatever, dude. Go party with your friends. Don't give a shit. I'm going to bed. Then she wouldn't have been caught up in this. And they would have been able to, they would have had to cover it up somehow, some other way. But it's easy to pin it on her because she ended up showing up. Honestly, I think part of it is that like they panicked when she was like looking around trying to find him. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. And so they had to start like covering shit up. There, because I think they like his body wasn't even out there. Well, no, wait. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that one. They spent over 20 minutes when the car was in the station right by the taillight and then flipped the video footage so it wouldn't look like the side of the car with the broken taillight. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that from the last trial. That was fucking crazy. Maybe, maybe not. If she's sleeping alone, who's going to give her the alibi? Well, that's the thing, though, is that like, because what was it? Like she was all pissed off. I can't. I'm first of all, I am like about to pass out in front of you people. Okay, I'm very tired, so I'm trying to remember all this stuff. Oh, maybe what I'm thinking is actually like if she didn't drop him off. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Before you go, do you have raids turned on? I have raids turned on. I have specific channels set up to raid right now. But I could open it to the public for a brief period of time. Him allowing her to drive drunk was foolish. They were all hammered, Scoundrel. What are you talking about? Every single one of them was way too drunk to be driving. All of them. Juries are so unpredictable. I'm scared for her, even if, which I personally don't think she did, hit him. There's so much reasonable doubt because the investigation was so bad. It should be not guilty. I mean, the shopping bags and solo cups that were used to collect evidence and that right there was just like that wasn't good. But they didn't even go into the house to investigate anything. The man is laying on the front lawn of this home, and you didn't bother investigating any of the automobiles. You didn't investigate, you didn't look at the house at all. That in itself is like, what are we doing here? Why is this even a trial? Don't forget about like dozen butt dials. Yes, butt dials between the people when they're where even the call receiver person picked up a phone with their butts. Yeah, where they're like, "Oh, what'd you guys talk about?" And they're like, "I don't know. I didn't talk to him. We didn't talk." Well, it says that you picked it up. Why? Must have accidentally picked it up. I don't know. Yeah, there were like a ton of those, and like Jen McCabe when the FBI was it the FBI that showed up to her house? And they're like, yeah, I just have some questions. She's like, hold on a minute. Just like, give me like 10 minutes. And she just started like calling a bunch of people. Just like, oh, fuck, they're here. Like, what do I do? That's not suspicious at all. This is like some Copeland shit. Don't send me down another rabbit hole, Garville. I don't know what that means. But I am, yeah, honestly, I think that the defense actually, I think they tightened up their game a little bit. Ma'am, you are shaking everything. Ma'am, you're about to knock stuff over. They tightened up their game this time a little bit. I don't know. I have a good feeling about this one. Oh, Copland, like the Stallone movie. Copland, not Copeland. It's a movie. I don't watch movies. They're always so fucked. Nothing like what he looked like. My brain can't comprehend how that could possibly be a pedestrian struck by auto. I can't. Neither can I. I don't know how. And the thing is, like, even if she did hit him, whatever, and he fell down and he died from hypothermia, I don't see how that's her fault that he died from hypothermia. Sorry, but just because you get hit by a car doesn't mean that like I have to. Like it's now the driver's responsibility to like make sure you get out of the snow. You get out of the snow, dum dum. I mean, I guess it's like a hit and run situation. Okay, fine, whatever. But there's so much suspicion here. It's too suspicious. The that's cold. I know. I tend to be a little bit a little calloused sometimes, and I have to talk my way out of it because it's a problem. And no, it's not very fair. Ugh. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh yeah, did you hear that the guy that voiced John Runcorn from King of the Hill died, or he was murdered? Yeah, I heard about that. That's really sad. But it's not Dennis Wilson, okay? I'm at hypothermia. Oh well, Never mind. If I hit you with my car and you fall asleep in the snow, that's not my fault. Dennis Wilson shot John Rencourt. No, he was a nice man. Yeah, let me mourn Dennis Wilson. We'll talk about these other people another time. All I know is I don't want to go to Canton. Everyone drives drunk. Yep. And this is how the police investigations go. I'll drive around that town instead of going through it. Yeah. The way that they just like get hammered and then get behind the wheel is insane. That's the one thing too with like Turtle Boy. He's been talking about this case for a long time. There was like a video that he had of where like he tried to go to the pizza place that was owned by one of the families. I can't remember if it was the Alberts or the McCabe's, but they owned the pizza place. And he was like, I was just in town. And so I just went there to get pizza. And then they started yelling at me. What the fuck are you doing, dude? No, you can go to any other restaurant. Like, why are you staying in Canton? Leave. Why are you there? Just leave. Go somewhere else to go get your damn pizza. Like that was so stupid of him. Yeah, it's more insane because they're all hanging around cops while doing this drunk driving. That should say it all. Well, like one of the cops was driving his cruiser, right? Didn't one of them, was it Higgins that drove the cruiser that was hammered and driving in his police cruiser? That's terrible. Ugh. I need a pee break. Please end the stream. Go pee. I know. I just keep reading your guys' comments, and like, I'm having fun. And listen, I was gonna leave like 2 hours ago. This is my problem. I have a problem. To be fair, the town is small, and that's the only restaurant in the area. Well, leave. Just leave the small town. If the town is small, there's a town right next door. Then. Should I pay $50 Ubers just in case I end up drinking, let alone get hammered? There are many times I didn't need the Uber, but I'd rather pay for an Uber than a DUI or killing someone. Well, yeah. I mean, that's one thing for me, like especially when I was like drinking a lot, like I was like, if I don't have enough money for an Uber, I don't have enough money to like just go out. Like I can take a bus there, and if the buses aren't running any longer, then I will take an Uber home. And if I don't have the money for the Uber, then I guess I just don't have enough money to go out. Because if I'm going to be spending like $100 getting wasted, why don't I have $15-20 or whatever for an Uber to get home? Like, can someone explain to me why his name is Turtle Boy? I don't know. Because it's messing me up picturing like like Turtle Boys when people talk about it. He is a grown man. I don't know why he goes by Turtle Boy though. Do we have any Canton body cam footage? I don't know. I have not looked for any. Yeah, I take streams with me to the bathroom. I take streams with me everywhere I go. Canton cops don't have body cams. Wonder why. Hammered bus riding. Oh, riding. I thought you said driving in the middle of the night kicks ass. It does depend on where you're at, but like, I mean, I definitely did have some hammered in the middle of the night on the bus moments. Yeah, I appreciate that so much. You can never be too careful. I wouldn't even drive tired, which is said it's dangerous. I actually, I used to work with a girl who was really tired after a shift, and she passed out behind the wheel and like crashed her car. Thankfully, no one was hurt, including her. And she just like hit a pole or some shit. But like that can be dangerous. If I got behind the wheel right now, It's my job to drive tired. I have to be good at it. Yeah, Ashley, you need to be good at driving tired. I would be a wreck behind the wheel right now. I would not. I don't know if I would. I would be a problem. We do an average of 20 to 24 calls in 24 hours. Jeez. That's a lot. 20 to 24? Wow. That's a lot. Yikes. And yours up for 24 hours? Yee. I've driven tired so many times. I often don't get back from nightmare until 2 a.m. Jeez, because they're doing road work. Oh God. Well, yeah, you live like over an hour away from Chrissy, right? Vengeance Demon. Good morning. Hello. It's nighttime. It's bedtime. Oh my God, it's almost 11. You guys, what the fuck? I was supposed to go to bed like 2 hours ago. It's been 3.5 hours. What are we doing here? Courtney, they get a break. No, they don't. They have to do coke to stay awake. Yeah, over an hour away from the studio. Yeah, so like, Chatnesk. Oh, say it, please. No, I don't want to. I miss Dennis Wilson, and Karen Reed shouldn't be on trial. Karen Reed shouldn't be on trial. Kyle Rittenhouse never should have been on trial. Casey Anthony should be in prison. She should have been executed by now, actually. And honestly, I kind of feel like Scott Peterson didn't. I don't think he should have been. Here's the thing. I think he did it, but I also don't think he should have been convicted. There wasn't enough evidence like proving that he did it. Like just because I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Looks suspicious to me. Doesn't mean that he should have been in jail. You know what I mean? Yeah, Binger should be under the jail. Binger is a sad pussy. It takes you 3 hours to get to the studio? Oh my God. They should pay you for drive time. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Dennis Wilson. Back to Dennis Wilson. I'm sad. Yeah. Vengeance, you missed Dennis Wilson. Not going over to third time. I shouldn't go over it again. My throat hurts. Chat and ask, shut up. I don't support Scott Peterson. I support a fair trial and I support Americans not being convicted simply because people just think that, well, it was, I don't know. I don't like him. That's bullshit. You belong in prison then because we don't like you. How about that? Mayhem Bear, don't you dare. That's funny. Mayhem Bear, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I miss Dennis Wilson. He's been dead for 40 years. He's been dead for 40 years. Let me guess, you think Amanda Knox did it? No. She never should have gone on trial either. Be careful, ma'am. Are you okay? You come here. You come here. Oh, you're a sweet girl. You're so good. I just realized I need to check my bed. Oh, you're sweet. Oh no, honey. Is my bed okay? Wow, what a bad mom. I didn't realize that Cricket and Penelope aren't even in my bed. Where the fuck are they? Yeah, I was worried. I thought maybe Cricket got mad and then might have peed on my bed. But she's not even in here, so my bed's fine. I'm inattentive and hyperactive too. Do you have the MTHFR gene? Did she do a boo boo? I don't know where the fuck she is. Dan Nouveau, I have to go. I'm rhyming like a crazy person right now. Did the bed pisser strike again? No, she didn't. She didn't. I thought she did though. I was like, oh my God, it's been a while and I haven't gotten up to let them out. And I thought she was in my bed though. Where the fuck is my dog? I need to find my dog. Look at this one. What a baby. Sorry, I just miss my grandpa sometimes. Okay. On that note, it's time to go because I'm really tired. And it is, yeah, I'm very tired. It's bedtime. I'm sad. I miss Dennis Wilson. This is so bad. What a terrible way to end this. And it really has been 3.5 hours. We've been having so much fun though. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on the Karen retrial though. That'll be fun. And we're gonna have a Black Dahlia night, I think. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I miss Dennis Wilson too. See? Dennis Wilson, he should be here, and his dumb dementia brother shouldn't. That's not true. I don't mean that second part. Yes, listen to Wilson's album when we go to bed. I have to listen to Forever. Forever. This one's Chongus. Cricket, I don't know where Cricket is. Cricket, I don't know where the fuck Cricket is. Uh-oh. They're in the living room. All right. Cheer up with some Wilson Phillips. No. You're Chuggy. She's a baby. She's on my phone. No. Hey, hold on. Oh my God. Oink. Thank you. I found her. Look at that dumb face. You're cute. I think she has to go potty. I love you. Yeah, you go potty. Oh, you're so cute. I love you. Oh, you're so cute. I love you. I could do this all night. I do this all the time. Where's Penelope? I don't know where Penelope is. Shut up. Where the fuck is Penelope? She might be here. Ah, careful. Ah! Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, Penelope is off in the distance. She's in the living room. We'll find her. I'll find her one of these days. Come here, honey. Are you stuck on the desk? Because you're such a you're so cute. She's kind of a doofus. Okay, tell the fine people. Tell them. I love her. You're a baby. You're a baby. Look at all that loose skin. She used to be fat. She's been on a diet. Yeah. You're on a diet. You go on long walks now, huh? You go on longer walks. You go on more walks too. Because you're perfect. Now I just have to do the same thing with Chungus, and then we'll be good. Chungus, I need to lose a couple pounds. Only a couple, though. Excuse me. Just need you to switch arms. All right, guys. I'm going to go because I'm actually about to fall asleep right here. And I feel like I'm too tired to wash my face. But I need to wash my face before I go to bed. Look at that thing. God, I'm just obsessed with them. Chungus is perfect already. I was told she needs to lose weight. She's my perfect baby. I love her. Yeah, the Chunga Choo. I love you, my Chunga Choo. Where'd she go? Are you in the bathroom? Where are you? Oh, she's under my feet now. All right, I have to leave because this is like derailing and becoming absolutely lame. We can't have that here. No, not here. Oh my God. So anyway, I miss Dennis Wilson. I'm really sad. Cory Booker sucks. Jojo Siwa is not a Disney princess. What else did we talk about? Wholesome videos are fun. I hope you enjoy the Charlie Manson song. We didn't even talk about the Axl Rose cover. We didn't even get there. We didn't even talk about the spaghetti incident. Yeah. Nope. No, because I miss Dennis Wilson. All right, I have to go. Did we talk about anything on the thumbnail? Yeah, we talked about everything on the thumbnail. Jojo Siwa auditioning for Rapunzel, Cory Booker being stupid, the Wholesome videos, and Dennis Wilson. Dennis Wilson is in the thumbnail. It's true. Yes, we have a complete night. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. And remember, the schedule is going to switch up a little bit this week, I believe. You should start clipping the streams on a regular basis. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I never thought about that. I know, Fealty. I've been trying, but I can only do so much. Anyway. Yeah, the schedule might be switching up a little bit. Got some people coming in town on Wednesday, and they will be here for a week. So, I knew she would have that reaction. Well, how many times have I said that over and over and over again? So, anyway, I'll have family here for a week. So the schedule's going to switch up a little bit. I am going to do my best to still try to squeeze in a stream here and there, though, because they're not going to be like bothering me the whole time, right? Like right? So we will still have some time here and there. I just need to figure out what the friggity frack is going on. So we'll probably have our regular time stream on Wednesday, and then from there I have to kind of figure it out. So until then, just remember, nobody likes to do trust falls alone. Bye-bye. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh, no.
Night is coming to an end. Stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we've spent. Memories shared, hearts will mend. We had such a great time here. Laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew. Forever hold on nights to you. Walking out until daylight. City's glow turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.